I mean, and that's like where I think that's like the best way to go for sports, anyways, is Twitter. I don't know much about NBA, Instagram, or how they are.
Yeah, I think is Instagram's great for like the memes and like the AI generated shit, but the actual news I think comes on Twitter.
Twitter, yeah.
It's just hard to post 20-minute videos on Twitter. You know what I'm saying?
On Twitter, right?
No, like as something for content, Instagram makes way more sense.
Yeah, so does TikTok, but yeah.
I'll be right back. I'll need a glass of water.
But like the takes and everything we do, it like hit on Twitter though. That's the thing. Like a lot of people, like a lot of the takes and stuff that I be liking and shit I see on Twitter. I be like, I ain't gonna lie, our shit low key was like something like that. I mean, they just, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we just gotta figure out a way to minimize, a synopsis, post a synopsis, and call it a day instead of the 30 minutes of, fumbling around on conversation. I'll figure that out, and I also figure out a way when we're posting the videos to do like captions, color captions. That'll draw more attention span, stuff like that.
I know what you mean too by the time thing. Like, 'cause I feel like when I watch like Gil Arenas clips and like everybody clips, they be like 1 minute to 5 minutes. Some like you can like skim through. You know what I mean?
To the point, dude. Yes.
Yeah.
And a lot of that is editing, right? A lot of that is editing, but dude, it's a lot of work, dude. That's a lot of work.
Facts. Because when I go sit down and watch the whole episode, I'll be like, damn, they put that together because that was a whole different segment they basically just put together in 1 minute and 25 seconds.
Yep.
Yeah, they made it look like it went together.
Yep. And then they put the captions and all that. Yeah, I get it. But it's just, they got a production team. We don't have that, So if you guys can go ahead and hit the Twitch, hit the YouTube, copy and paste the link, post it on your said accounts. We are now live. Welcome to Go Talk Radio, episode 16. Man, we're getting up there on the number count. We got a couple things to get through today. We're gonna see if we can get some, maybe get a special guest or two to drop by for a couple things. Shout out to everybody in the comments. Shout out to everybody that views us on TikTok, on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook. Shout out to all those people. We got a couple comments to read about, and then we're gonna hit on the Nuggets first and go from there. What y'all think about that?
Yo, man, that's exactly where I wanted to start at. That's exactly where I wanted to start.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds good. So first, let's go over some comments from some of our previous videos. I'm trying to get this link for everybody. Give me 1 second, y'all. Okay. So when you guys are sharing the links, it's probably easier to share the YouTube than it is to share the Twitch, because from a lot of people that I've been saying, they said that it's they have to create an account to watch on Twitch compared to just jumping on YouTube and going at it. Our TikTok is it's getting up there, and so is our Twitter. We had a post to get a couple hundred likes on Twitter, so I think we're getting a little love there. But once those things get bumpy, we're gonna be able to go live on those things as well, and that'll also bring some traction that way. So going first, we're going to go down to where we talked about the right player, wrong time. Dante Sanders said, Magic Dwight Howard on Phoenix Suns would have been legit. Also, Danny Granger on the Cavs would have been fire. Someone else said, Noble Big G said, Sean Kemp on what team? The Grizzlies. That would have been good. What y'all guys think about either of those?
The Sean Kemp on the Grizzlies, that's funny. That would be good. Look, just because they are already for some reason a good team right now without a star-studded roster, add a Sean Kemp who comes to fit that like rough style basketball and athleticism with those guys that they have on the roster. I don't think they become a championship contender, but I definitely think they become a bigger threat for sure. I like that though. I think that would have been a crazy little fit just off the highlight reels.
I think I think that would be a good fit because, yeah, like you said, there's a bunch of high flyers, but of that list, Danny Granger on the Cavs jumped out to me.
Yeah.
Like, that's just another outlet, right, where Donovan Mitchell doesn't need to go get you 60. And I mean, I like Darius Garland, but he's a small point guard. Like, I'm not relying on him for scoring output in the playoffs. Danny Granger can go get you 25 a night, play good defense. Like, he'll rebound. He does everything. He does a little bit of everything at an above average level, which I think would play really well on that Cavs team.
Oh yeah, he was the Paul George before Paul George.
Yeah, exactly.
I like the Dwight Howard on the Suns. I mean, because I feel like that was their biggest like hole they were missing this whole season was just a defensive anchor, just any type of defensive presence in the paint.
Man, I missed that. I did not hear that.
Yeah, he said that was the first one. He said Dwight Howard on the Suns. So I think you put Devin Booker, KD. I mean, they're gonna give you both 25, 30 a night, and you got Dwight holding it down on defense. That would have changed a lot for them. Definitely.
Yeah, I did not hear that. Oh my God! If they don't win with that, I would literally make KD not a 35 player. He can't win with prime Dwight. Oh my, that's offense. See, y'all forget the offense was not nasty.
Yeah. Still.
And that team had spacing too. Like they had Hito Turkoglu and JJ Redick. Like they spread the floor. Like KD would have had room to operate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yao Ming on the Lakers, another good one. Carlos Boozer on the Grizzlies, that's a cool one. Going to our next section, got a couple of votes from our previous episodes. So right now, it looks as though Reggie Miller and the Cavs is leading the way over Grant Hill on the Hornets and Steve Nash over the Raptors. Reggie Miller and the Cavs is winning that one. And then we have Yao Ming on the Lakers completely blowing out Carlos Boozer on the Grizzlies and Danny Granger on the Cavs. Yao Ming on the Lakers is blowing everyone out on that. I appreciate all the votes on Instagram. We'll figure out a way to get a better voting system for the other platforms, but we appreciate all the votes on Instagram. Let's get cooking, guys. So the Nuggets fired their head coach.
Oh Lord!
They fired their you're a Denver native. The bread basket. So what are your feelings on them firing the GM and the head coach? 45
the GM had to go. Calvin Booth was an absolute buffoon. I mean, when Conley was in town. Look what Conley's done in Minnesota. He's turned Gobert into something useful. It's truly a miracle. And so Calvin Booth had to go. He wouldn't, I understand KCP and Bruce Brown haven't been excellent this year, and they wouldn't have solved our problems. But it would have helped the depth significantly, right? Even if Christian Brown's a starter, having reliable guard backup play. I understand Daron Holmes got hurt, and I was actually very excited about that draft pick. But the Zeke Naji extension experiment has not gone well. And he had a big problem with Coach Malone because Malone wouldn't play his young guys or got mad about, the players he liked being shipped out or not extended. So there's been animosity brewing between the GM and the coach. I think ownership was like, I'm not dealing with this. I'm not picking a side. I'm pulling the plug. If, Malone can't overcome it and the GM can't overcome it, they're both out. Now, I think Malone deserved to stay. He obviously just won us a title. Jokic loves him. He's one of the maybe 3 to 5 coaches in the NBA, I would say, who understands how to architect an offense around Jokic instead of just like trying to have him play James Harden ball. Because it's a very specialized offense. You need something like what Steph runs or like what they do down in San Antonio to really make use of Jokic. And Mike Malone really understands that. Jamal loved him. I don't know if Michael Porter loved him, but like I'm not that worried about what Michael Porter thinks. Aaron Gordon loved him. And I don't know, GM could have went and got a Zach LaVine, and we probably wouldn't be having this conversation, but he didn't do it. He was complacent. It didn't improve the team on the margins. He tried to do this 2 timelines thing with the young guys, but we didn't have like a star young guy to begin with. So I don't know. I think the GM cooked us and Coach Malone fell on the sword a little bit for it's realistically a subpar roster being carried by Jokic putting up 45 a night.
Well, here's my thing. Hold on. Let's slow down for a second. First of all, I don't think that Malone gets fired without the at least thumbs up or a slight head nod from Jokic. That's first of all. Second of all, Malone was on the hot seats 2 years before they won the NBA Finals. He was on the hot seat because they had a roster that they had, but wasn't able to do anything with it. Now, in terms of post finals, they wanted to keep Bruce Brown. They wanted to keep
KCP.
KCP. He wanted to, but they wanted to construct the GM wanted to construct a younger roster. I understand. I get that. That is two separate directions. But you're telling me 3 years later, and it's not gelling, it's not gluing, and we're directly targeting certain players without using the at on post-game conferences? Like, what are we talking about right now? I feel like there's some things we're missing from this Malone thing.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the Athletic article to drop.
Yeah, there has to be more to it. I mean, he just won a championship 2 years ago. So I mean, you don't fire a coach who just won a championship 2 years ago, right before the playoffs. Like, I feel like they should have at least given him one more playoff run. Because I mean, they did lose 4 straight, but Jamal Murray was hurt. They had some more stuff going on. I just don't like Fake Engineer was saying the ownership just decided to just pull the plug on all of it, because I mean at that point, yeah, like you said, they were picking sides, and they didn't want to do that anymore, and so they decided to pull the plug on it. I do think the Jokic part of it, I don't know if it was necessarily a thumbs up as much of it not being a thumbs down. Like, he was just kind of, okay, I understand. I think that was more of, I think maybe, I mean, we don't know anything else until that article drops that he was talking about, but as far as how it all went down, you do consult Jokic before you make that decision in some respects. So he definitely had knowledge of it.
Mm-hmm.
Before you make a move like you just made. So that's 100% true, I believe. But the ownership is just like, what move is this making? Is this just a throwing in the towel for this season type of move? Because you don't have a roster to just go out there and freestyle and beat everybody through the playoffs. You're not, like, they're not that type of roster where they're that good. I mean, we've seen the best of the best rosters put together throughout time that wasn't able to do stuff like that. And then on top of that, what does the future look like? As Ish was saying earlier, you have to have a type of coach that runs a system that's kind of directed to a guy like Jokic. You know what I mean? If not, you find yourself in a situation where you're out there playing, like you said, James Harden and Rockets ball.
Hold on.
You're playing hero ball.
So, hold on. Well, I think we're missing something here. Jokic just never played without him, okay? And Harden played his best ball under D'Antoni, who is a heavily offensive coach, right? Are we confirmed on that?
Right.
Yep.
So we're looking at Malone, we're looking at D'Antoni, two offensive dominant coaches. The biggest problem that we've always talked about with Jokic is, oh, look what he does it with. Look what he does it with. Jamal Murray is great. I like Jamal Murray personally. Bow and arrow celebration, I'm for it. But is he really someone you would contribute as a two-man, like a Superman and Batman, or is he a Batman and Robin? I get he steps up in the playoffs, but Jokic has done what he's done with the pieces that he's done it with and just said whatever. I'm not saying that 20 coaches can do something with Jokic, but you're telling me if they came in and signed a defensive coach, a defensive forward coach, they wouldn't be okay?
So, I mean, Malone is a defensive coach, right? Like, Malone came out of, like, the pop tree. He was known as a defensive assistant.
It's interesting you say that.
The thing I was saying with the Jokic offense specifically, I don't think Malone can run a good offense with a normal point guard. Like, Malone has like crafted this like very experimental thing that like works with Jokic as the hub piece. I just don't know how many coaches. Just like Malone's a very smart guy, right? I think he's genuinely one of like the top 5 coaches in the league right now. I just don't think there's that many like level of IQ, even if you're a defensive guy. Or, you know, D'Antoni, obviously, yes. D'Antoni, if D'Antoni wants to come to Denver, I'll drive him. I'll pick him up from the airport. But there's very limited amount of people like that who I'm just like, yeah, this guy can like architect it and make it work.
Okay, so let's play that game then, because
Jokic is one of one, guys. You don't see centers that can run a point and have the vision that he has. Like,
Yeah,
it's,
the normal
guys,
principles don't apply.
Yeah, like I do think in certain occasions you cannot hold everybody to a certain standard. Jokic is somebody that is 7 foot but has LeBron's vision and passing ability. That doesn't come around too often, if ever. So I don't think we
Now-
compare Jokic to any other thing, or as well as what a coach could do with Jokic. Jokic is just one of one, in my opinion.
Is Jokic
Facts. And I
good enough?
agree with that.
go ahead. Hold on.
Okay.
Go ahead, Don.
Oh, is Jokic? I was saying Jokic IQ on offense good enough where you can hire a defensive coach and more or less let Jokic be your offensive coordinator, more or less, and just kind of handle that. And then you have a defensive coach come in and
No.
okay.
Because the problem with that is the problem they have now, favoritism, right? The top guys aren't getting the criticism, they're not getting the construction that 2 through 9 are getting on the bench, in practice, in the film. Obviously, from what they're saying, they just stopped watching film altogether because you're poking out what I'm doing when Jokic has 7 turnovers a night, but my 2 turnovers are the reason why we lost. You know what I'm saying?
I did see that. Yeah, I did see that.
I did see that.
I see what you're saying, but
And
seven turnovers and a win and getting you a ring is still
That's
7
not true,
turnovers
though.
and you getting a ring.
Daniel,
not
you look at Jokic's last 4 games before Malone got fired, he averaged a 45-point triple-double, 0-3.
Yes.
What are we talking about?
No. He was
45-point triple-double, 0-3. Look, what I think they're going to hire someone like Taylor Jenkins from the Memphis Grizzlies. I think the style that he was trying to run in Memphis would work really well in Denver. And then Malone goes to San Antonio. He is Popovich's successor. He's from that system. And he goes to run that same similar type of style with Wemby, with the De'Aaron Fox 2-man. I think that works out perfect. And I don't think anyone skips a beat. And if they do, guess what? Oklahoma trades 5 first-round picks and a runner for Jokic in the offseason. Or maybe next year.
Don't joke. Do not joke.
Yeah.
This was my comment, though, for that, about the Daniel thing. You can be as good as you are, or great as Jokic is, but you still need a coach for the system to work. All of the greats that are rare, one-of-one type guys, all had amazing coaches to guide
But we're talking
them
about a coach that literally has done the ultimate thing.
Yeah, and this,
One
this is what
time.
I'm saying. And this, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, one time, but he knows what it takes.
I mean, so does Budenholzer. So does Mike Budenholzer.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It has to be. That's why I was saying it has to be a specific coach for it to work out because of the system. The reason it worked with D'Antoni, one, he learned from. He's a obvious successor, and then 2, he's been with Jokic his whole career. So he's good enough of a coach to know, okay, what's this guy's strengths and what's this guy's weaknesses. And then he had basically that whole roster. He had them their whole career. So he's able to construct that offense around them. You can't just throw anybody in there. Like if you go, my mind's slipping me. What's big dog name in for the Knicks? What's his name? The coach for the Knicks.
The coach.
Tibbs.
Tibbs.
Thibodeau.
You can't go get Coach Tibbs and throw him on the Nuggets and say, oh yeah, that's gonna work. And you're like, wow, Tibbs is great. No, he's not. The 40 minutes a game with these type of players and all that, it just won't work. So you do need a specific coach that can help Jokic fulfill his full potential.
Yeah,
So
I agree. I wasn't saying that you could just get anybody off the street now.
Yeah.
But do you want him to have to drop 30-point triple doubles for you to win? Or do you
He
want
has
him
to anyway. He has to anyway.
Anyway, I'm sorry.
With this salary cap, we can't get enough good players.
I'm sorry.
Aaron Gordon ended up pooping out more than he was supposed to before the end of the contract. Like Jamal Murray, they believed in him more than he really is just because he hit 2 back-to-back game winners on the Lakers. I don't know what it is when he plays the Lakers. He turned it to
Little Murray.
Kobe shit.
Motivation.
He really do.
They do it, but look, the thing is, you gotta like that though. I hate when people complain. Why do people always come back to injuries against the Lakers? I'm in the NBA hooping and I'm on a weak team and I'm playing a team that I know on TV every night where everybody's gonna be tuned in and
Yeah,
gonna make my
you're
back
gonna
go
show
up.
out.
How much?
Yeah,
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So I
yeah, you're
understand
gonna
that.
show out. There's probably celebrities in the crowd to see LeBron and stuff like that,
Right?
and Luka. Like, I get it.
Yeah, and then MPJ is just inconsistent. Amazing when he's hot. When he's hot, he's damn near unstoppable because he's what 6'10" and can shoot from
Hot
anywhere.
jump shot.
It's really not even that. It's more of a fact that like he doesn't. So he's like the third option, third or fourth option. He doesn't like whenever you're outside like the two options, you don't have expectations. You know what I'm saying? And he just always exceeds expectations, even though he doesn't have any. So he just plays well for the position
Hold
that
on.
he's in.
Whoa.
When he's on, my bad. When he's on.
Hold on. I think. Hold on. Wait. We're misunderstanding something right now. You have teams
What's up?
like the Celtics, the Lakers, who are top dominant and then have quote unquote role players. Then you have teams like the Cavs where it's everybody has a job, get it done, right?
Yeah, everybody's mid. Everybody's on the same
Something
level.
like
Not
the
mid,
Nuggets
but-
is a unique scenario to where you have, ironically, one player who can play any way, and simultaneously 3 to 5 players who literally play at their best with that one player, and then a hooper. Jamal Murray is the hooper, right? He can go play pick and roll. He can go play 4-1. Michael Porter, Aaron Gordon, Christian Braun, etc. play at their peak, at their best on the court with Jokic. Jokic can play back to the basket, bringing the ball down, can play from the three, can play from the corner, he can play from the block, he can play from every point. Elbow.
Yeah, but isn't that like every team though? Everybody plays the best whenever like the main guy is on the court.
Absolutely
like,
not.
A good player in a LeBron, or like LeBron's not a good example. A good player with like in OKC,
LeBron's different. LeBron,
I'm not going to use LeBron
roles.
as an example. Yeah,
he don't
LeBron
count.
and Jokic are in the same boat where they elevate guys who might be like above average into looking like all stars. Like I love Michael Porter Jr. That brother cannot dribble.
I disagree with that. I disagree with that. I don't like the whole narrative about LeBron. Yeah, I don't really like the whole narrative of like LeBron elevates guys because that's not exactly true. LeBron really makes people fit into a certain box, and you have to play within like his play style.
You're obligated.
So I don't really think that he elevates people. I think he puts them in like a role, and they succeed at their role. Like I think there's a difference. Is all like I'm trying to say. Because look at Kevin Love on the Timberwolves, and then look at Kevin Love on the Cavs.
Well,
Kevin Love.
Look at the last 2 years of Kevin Love on the Timberwolves. He's already taken off anyways. But no, that's rightfully so. That's right. That's any great.
I disagree with that. Dennis Rodman and Pippen were great with Jordan. They were great with Jordan.
Don't say Pippen. Because Pippen and Jordan,
don't do that.
Pippen still had an amazing. Yeah, don't do that. Pippen is Pippen.
No, you don't do that. Pippen played amazing with Jordan.
Yeah, I know. He played great.
But playing with Jordan, my bad. But playing with Jordan hurt Pippen's legacy in the long run.
No, playing with Jordan hurt Pippen's check in the long run. His legacy remains the same. Pippen would have never been a number one.
Wow, you're crazy. He was the number one and they made the playoffs.
And okay, they made the playoffs and did what? And did what?
He had if he had a number one where he had a roster, you're tripping. Scotty back then would have been able to make some shit.
All right, bro.
Scotty made it happen with Bobs.
But Scotty was damn near Grant Hill. Like,
what did Grant Hill do, bro? What are we talking about right now? Scottie Pippen's a number one on a championship winning team. Sit down, bro.
Yeah, Scottie Pippen could be a number one, but I don't think the team succeeded anything with him as a number one.
Scottie Pippen was the number one in Portland, and they were not good.
Bro, you feel me? I mean, it's great to watch.
35.
That was after the Bulls, right?
Yeah, that was after. That was after. To be fair,
that was kind of like decline and stuff like that. Because I think he also played with Barkley on there, right?
All right, check the numbers.
The Jailblazers. He played with Rasheed Wallace.
When Michael Jordan was on the diamond, what was Scotty looking like?
When he was on the what?
When Michael Jordan was on the White Sox.
it's different when you get to rebuild a roster, but just taking Jordan off the roster and then just running it like that.
Oh, okay. So he needs a unique scenario where he needs everything built around him. That's not number one, big dog.
I mean, no, just give him a 2.
All right.
That's not a that's
All
not
right.
a number one then, in my opinion.
That's not. It's not. It's not.
Y'all gotta think about that. Yes,
But at the same time, everybody needs help, though. I'm gonna keep it real with you.
Yeah,
I think everybody needs help.
You can't look right. This KD's the number one, right? On certain teams, prime KD. You couldn't take prime KD and just take off. If you took away Russ and James Harden, and they left like they did Russ, if both OKC would have been terrible.
Yep. Listen. KD, as your first example, is the reason why you need to stop talking. KD is not number one, bud. KD, yes, Kevin Durant is not a number one. Steph Curry was the number one on the Warriors. When Steph Curry came down the court, he was getting triple teamed. KD was playing one-on-one basketball all 3 years in Golden State. What are we talking about? He was not the number one. He was not the number one. He won Finals MVP. So did Iguodala. Iguodala was not number one.
He scored 38 a night. He was the guy.
Bro, KD was not the number one.
Shot attempts and points. He was the number one on OKC.
Oh my God,
if
bro!
You your shots attempts and points, he's your number one.
KD was not.
Grayson, I got a question for you, real quick. Grayson, would you put KD in like the same category as James Harden in terms of like play style, in terms of like they can't lead a team?
No. Look, in terms of cannot. Hold on. From the corner, play from the wing, play from the top, play from the elbow. Play without the ball, play with the ball. James Harden is at his best, and it is a wide margin at his best with the ball in his hands. Just because KD could play without the ball and still drop 30 does not mean that makes him a number one. What are we talking about right now? I saw KD bring the ball up twice, and he
is number one. What are you saying?
Bro,
this is KD, fam.
Bro, I know KD can be a number one. I did not say he cannot be a number one. KD has never been the Luka will not be a number one and win a ring, period. That's why him and Kyrie didn't win the ring in Dallas.
Kyrie should have had the finals MVP. Stop it. Stop it. He won them that finals.
I didn't say he didn't. But the truth of the matter is LeBron was number one.
Who said that?
If the Lakers win this year, will Luka
in 2018
right now? Or
no, Luka's not number one right now. LeBron's number one.
LeBron's the one. Okay.
Kyrie won what finals? Won them what finals?
Game seven. They get the switch. Curry's on Kyrie. Step back. Bang! 95-92.
What I mean, what finals did he win?
I just told you. I just told you. I'll say it again.
Somebody should have won Finals MVP.
They set the screen. Kyrie gets the switch. Curry's on Kyrie. Step back. Bang!
One shot don't make MVP. LeBron's numbers that series.
Are you drunk or stupid? One shot?
Yeah.
We talking about points, right? Kyrie had the ball more than LeBron did on offense.
But LeBron got that series in points, rebounds.
You know, hey, let's be honest. On the offensive end, Anthony Davis was the number one. Dwayne Wade was the number one. Kyrie Irving was the number one. What are we talking about? That argument that you're saying about Kevin Durant, you can say the same thing about Dwayne Wade.
Yeah, y'all trolling. I know you're trolling me right now, but I'm just gonna beat the troll. How is it a person number one if I got the ball in my hand more than him? So
no, LeBron did not have the ball in his hands more than Kyrie. What are we talking about?
I have more points. Yes, go check it. We can look it up. Who had more time of possession with the ball in their hand during that series? It would be LeBron. Who shot more attempts in that series? It would be LeBron. Who was more accurate in that series? It would be LeBron. Who scored more points? It would be LeBron. Who got more assists? It would be LeBron. Who got more rebounds? So what are y'all talking about?
No one's arguing. No one is arguing that LeBron James was not the number one on that Cavs team. No one said that.
No one should even argue that he won them the series. That's crazy. Who said that?
No, it was an argumentative debate and Kyrie having chance for MVP, which is fair and true. It is fair and it
He
is
had a
true.
chance.
It's
He did.
nowhere hard to fair
He
true.
had
Somebody
a chance, but LeBron
He
deserved it
did.
more. That's what it comes down to.
It was nowhere near close to somebody him. No, it was not. That makes no sense.
Okay.
His best game when he scored the game winner and had 40 points. Y'all forget the other nigga had 40. LeBron had 40 points as well. A 40-point double-double. What are we saying?
So then
He
that
should
means
not-
like they're both like.
Bro,
they're
you
both
feel me, Daniel? What is he talking
eligible
about? You
to-
literally, you're proving the damn point.
Kyrie only did that one game. Kyrie only did that one game. LeBron did that.
Kyrie only did that one game? I almost threw my computer
No, he
out the
did
damn
it.
window.
Nah, bro. He scored
Almost, bro.
40, I think, twice in like that series.
All right, bro.
Oh, he scored 38. He scored 38. And if he scored 40 twice, then LeBron did too. Like, what are y'all saying? What are y'all saying? And then LeBron did everything else for them. What are y'all saying?
Because that's how LeBron has to play. LeBron, we literally just talked about this, constructing teams around LeBron, not LeBron elevating players. You have to play a certain way with LeBron.
Kyrie played his best basketball with who? Not Luka, so with who?
Kyrie's basketball does not change who he plays with. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
So,
it don't.
His
It don't.
was always the same.
It don't. Kyrie's basketball does not change.
So his best basketball wasn't with LeBron, though.
Kyrie's basketball
That
has
was
not
his
changed. That's a
most
terrible
meaningful-
example.
That was his most
Hey,
meaningful basketball.
hey.
You know whose basketball changed? Kevin Durant on the Warriors. Let's talk about it. What was Kevin Durant's numbers in Brooklyn? What was Kevin Durant's numbers in OKC? L's.
We talking about numbers. Are we talking about accolades and achievement?
All he got was a
Because he
ring
got
on the
better.
wall. His stats
Like
was the same on
he's
the court.
actually gotten better as time's gone on.
Who?
Kevin Durant. Because what he had his he had he had like his 50, 90, 40 seasons, something like that on his first seasons on like the Suns, or it was like his last season.
Time
on
out.
the Nets.
Daniel, you're saying that Kevin Durant.
He has most.
So you're saying.
No, don't get me wrong. His prime was on the Warriors.
Hold on.
OKC.
Hold on. Daniel, pick a jersey right now. OKC, Golden State, Brooklyn, Phoenix. Pick a jersey.
In terms of what?
Kevin Durant.
Durant.
His prime? Like, are you asking
Pick
like
a
his prime
jersey.
prime?
If you had to pick one
Oklahoma
version of Kevin
City.
Durant, are you picking MVP, OKC, Finals MVP, Golden State, 50 ball, Brooklyn, or the Suns? Which KD are you choosing?
I'm choosing the Warriors.
Okay.
I'm taking OKC, brother.
See, that was like a score title.
Durant's one.
He didn't get that ring, but he had to go through some dogs to get that ring, though. I ain't gonna lie to you. He had to go through some legends. He had to go through Dirk, Kobe, LeBron, D-Wade, the whole Spurs legacy. So, and he was a young pup then. He was the young pup that was supposed to be next up then. So, you got to give him his credit. He still made it with some other dogs, but
Yeah.
yeah. But I understand what people saying because here's one of my takes about the Warriors take. Stephen Curry gravity is the most there's such thing as gravity. I don't care what nobody say. It don't show up in the stat line, but it is
What
such
you
thing
mean,
as
though?
gravity, Grayson. You're
Yeah.
gravity is when I come
feel him on the court.
down the court. Two people are going to gravitate towards me before they gravitate
Okay, so
towards
you talking about just drawing attention?
No, it's not just attention. It's like the fact that, when you put a magnet down and then you put a battery down, the battery starts spinning the closer you get to the magnet. So when Curry steps past half court, like when Squidward put his foot out and they went boo, and then SpongeBob put his foot out, yay! When Steph Curry put his foot out past half court, everyone on the court, everyone in the stands, everyone on TV was like, Curry can hit from right here. So everyone is focused on Curry. With KD on the court, the focus is still on Curry. Huh?
Is that not like attention?
no,
As you drive, everybody comes and guards, bombards Steph. Is that not attention?
I feel like attention is underselling it. Because attention is just like a look and go compared to drawing up schemes, triple teaming, trapping, box one. How many players have we seen a box one against in the finals in the past 30 years? What are we talking about right now?
That Nick Nurse shit was kind of electric.
Now about that, if you go watch it, you got a player that's supposed to go over the screen, and they got one that's chasing him under. Like they chasing him, brother. Like running after him because Curry runs. Like he
Yeah,
he
he's
No,
really,
like
that's why
almost
Harrison
like
Barnes got sent to the gulag. That's why his career is done, right? We can go down the list because you shot 70 wide open 3-pointers in a finals and you hit 3. Bro, you don't need to be in the NBA right now. What are we talking about?
Giannis got box 1 too. That's the only other player.
Giannis did get boxed 1.
Yeah, but that's
yeah,
just
his box
because
one is
he's
different.
he's a downhill runner. Like that's
Yeah.
his play style.
And not only that, but Giannis did also go into the finals and did not play at all like this the whole season. And then the finals played back to the basket and was hitting spin fades the whole finals. I ain't never seen that from Giannis. He earned that one. Giannis.
Yeah, no, because I think that's what should happen during like the final. Like the finals brings out the best in you. Like you're gonna be pushed like your limits and stuff.
Nah, y'all got some dog in him for sure. He just got to get that shot going. That's all.
He
did in the finals.
The funny thing about Giannis is that Giannis actually has a bag. If y'all go look at like his rookie year highlights,
All right, bro.
he has a bag.
Well, no, don't look at rookie year. Giannis used to be nasty at first.
No, Giannis was disgusting.
I know. And then he just kind of conforms like a certain play style, which I mean I can't lie to you, it worked.
Giannis got a bag, but it's like compost, easily rippable,
Yeah, but the thing is, it's also not stoppable. The reason it's really not stoppable is because of size and height. You know what I'm saying? And strength.
I also think this may be a little out of pocket, but I think LeBron fits into like that too. Because I mean, it's easy for me to say because I'm on the couch washing, but I'm like, damn. LeBron
Shout out
seems
Midas.
rippable.
Hey, what's going on?
But nobody rips him, so it's like, you know,
people can argue if they want to argue LeBron got a bad. They can argue that. I mean, I can show you a million clips of post fades, spin.
That's
fades,
not a bag.
all that,
That's not a bag.
No, you're talking about dribble.
That's not a bag. That is not a bag.
I'm talking about people
That is not a bag.
Because
I can show. I know
the big man or somebody like 6'7" plus that got a ball on like the string. I think about Paul George. Paul George has
Bag.
on the string.
Bag.
Whereas LeBron, I don't think you see that with LeBron. But
Bag.
doesn't get ripped either. Which
Kevin
doesn't make any
Durant,
sense.
bag.
Is this LeBron? I think if you try to go rip him, he gonna put that left arm out, and you gonna feel that. Then he gonna try to back.
Yeah.
Down.
Listen. I'll give you a better analogy. So, when you have meat and potatoes, that's great, and you can eat a whole lot. LeBron's got meat and potatoes, all right? Now, a bag is the term. He was reaching in his bag like there was fries at the bottom. Listen, when you can get in depth in several different elements of doing things, that's a bag. I'm not saying
Kyrie
LeBron doesn't
got a
have a
bag.
repertoire. Yeah, Kyrie has that man has a suitcase. He out there with depth.
That's different. That's see. Now we get to the winning territory again. Kyrie don't count.
What do you mean he don't count?
You're right.
Because he's the greatest ball handler.
Right,
ever.
because he's an anomaly, right? But when you talk about shooters, you have to mention Steph for like 2 seconds. Then it's like, all right, anyway, let's talk about everybody else.
Yeah.
You have to talk about Kyrie's bag just for his foot second,
No, I know. I'm just saying, like, there's just certain people that.
I'm not saying LeBron got a Kyrie bag, but he got a bag. And if he don't got a bag, then the league is terrible. I guess he's 1 of 1. That's what I'm saying. That's why people would never be like, I want to be LeBron when I grow up. No, maybe I'd rather be Steph because you can't make yourself 6'9" at 1.2.
That's because me and Steph are the same size, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. You can be that. You can't be this.
Honestly, I don't even think it's that.
Be that. You can't.
I think it's easier to be Steph. I think it's easier to be Steph because you don't have to be confrontational. You have to be a type of aggressor, a type of to be Giannis or be LeBron.
Yeah, and if I say this, I'd rather if I'm like me at my height, Cam Jones right now. If I was growing up and I was football, and I knew I was gonna be this height growing up and look here, I would have watched Kobe growing up because that's what I gotta look at. That's what realistically I can work hard enough to be. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I can't work hard enough. I can put in work from sun up to sundown. I would never be 6'9", 170 with a 40+ inch vertical. It won't happen. But Kyrie's the king of bags.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kyrie and AI.
Yeah, he got a.
No, that's like my point though. Is that like like you could put people in like a category, but then it's them and then it's everybody else. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, Kyrie, the Jordan, the Kobe.
Somebody who gets underrated for his bag is Harden. Harden has had niggas.
Oh no!
He had.
Oh
he
no!
had
No!
niggas-
No! Hold on! Whoa! We're not about to do
It's
that.
because
We're not about to do that.
because he don't do nothing flashy.
Huh?
He just
Harden
with
don't
it,
do
and he
nothing
just sticking with it.
flashy, bro.
Wait,
Bro,
what you talking about? I can hear you.
Harden does 3 sham gods a game. Harden be doing this double step to the side, bro. Harden's bag is crazy.
Harden's bag is
Okay.
crazy.
He yo-yos the ball every.
Okay, late Houston years, yes.
No, on Clippers, bro. Hold on, bro. I gotta find, bro. His Clippers highlights is crazy.
Bro, he was crazy. He was crazy on Houston. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm not saying. Yeah.
LaMelo got a bag right. It's no LaMelo ball without James Harden. All that switch side to the side step. That's all part. Even now, Shea, and you like what? Shea?
Shea got a bag.
Head fake snap back like
Shea's got a bag.
Like and Shea. Oh, I like that. He got a crazy bag. I did not know it was this crazy until about the last 2 years.
Yeah.
That bag is crazy. Like.
So you have somebody like Ant
It's
who has
crazy.
top
And
end
that's
speed.
why he's so good at foul bait because
Like De'Aaron Fox, Ant who has top
Yeah.
end speed that
you're not
makes
gonna
their
sit
bag
with it
look a
It's
little like better than what it is.
It
But
is, yeah.
someone like Steph, someone like
Bag.
Shea, Tyrese Halliburton, them boys got bags. They can go from
Bag.
100 to 0 to 100 to.
I
Oh my
think
God.
nasty.
Woo! Them boys can move.
I think Halliburton got a purpose.
No, really has a bag too, but it's different because he's 7 foot. But Joel Embiid has a bag.
Yeah, bag for falling down on his ass.
I do have beef for that, but Embiid got a bag when he like. Sometimes he dig in his bag a little bit.
When he lock in, yeah, he
We
got a
never
little
see
bag.
that again, Sam. Yeah, I didn't see any way he tried to lock in, bro. Like that game, the series against Kawhi, them, he tried, bro. That was just Kawhi.
When Kawhi's on Toronto. Mhm.
Yeah, that was no type of bag, bro. That was just like I don't know. That was a middle-aged man hooping in LA Fitness, and it worked.
Oh no! Speaking of Kawhi got a bag too. Don't do that. He might be stiff, but he got a bag.
It's stiff, but it's a stiff bag. Do not take away from. I'm a stiff person.
It's a hard
too, so,
shell, bro. It's a hard
think-
shell.
Yeah.
Kawhi got that robotic bag. He
Yeah.
I'm getting to my spot.
That's
right?
that's where it is. It's like that. It's like that San Antonio essence of him. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
Yeah.
it's not. It don't look the cleanest.
Yeah.
They just get the job
Yeah, no.
done, and I think that's how Tim Duncan was too.
The
Facts. If I made
Popovich
a
never
city-
left it.
I don't know, bro. I see Kawhi meg people, sham guy, back
He's
man.
possessed by the Popovich.
But it looked nasty. It looked nasty.
Very nasty. It just looks stiff. That's all it is.
You know what it is? You know when you go to 24-hour fit, awkwardness makes it so effective. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He so the best way to put it is I feel like we all hooped against a football player. My bad, Cam. I don't mean like I'm not calling you out, but like y'all hooped against a football player, and they just yeah, exactly. And they just like it's not that like they play good defense differently, so it throws you off.
Yeah.
I know y'all
That's
probably
what it's like.
Y'all probably don't remember this throwback, but it was a weird comparison that always used to come up in my head. But I would be like, Kawhi plays football like that running back Kennedy Brooks used to play at Mansfield. I don't know why he's good, but he's good. You know, he don't do nothing flashy. He don't juke. He don't do that. But
It just makes
works.
sense, huh? I
It
got you.
just
I
makes
got you.
sense. Yeah,
It just makes sense.
It just
Like,
makes
some-
sense.
Yeah,
Devin-
like some things
Devin
you
Booker
you
got a
can't
bag, too.
explain. It's just yeah, but no, I think I think that's why Ginobili was also so cool. I think Ginobili was just like he was just played so gracefully, and I think he's extremely underrated.
Oh no, hold on. Ginobili was one of them. Ginobili was Euro contact dunking, folks.
You
like,
No, I know.
If Ginobili was black, he would be talked about differently. You know that, right? I mean, I'm not trying to make it like that.
Oh, 100%. It's like that. It's like that. I mean, hey, look, if we want to keep it real, there's white privilege and then you got black privilege.
Uh-oh.
All right? And I think black privilege just happens like in sports. You know what I'm saying?
In the
Yeah,
year
I
of our Lord 2025, bro. Come on.
Hey, all I'm gonna say is I'm gonna keep real before I lie to you. All right, hey, there's white privilege and there's black privilege.
I
It's
told
true.
people that I said since the pandemic we done gained black privilege. We got it. We got our whole thing.
Exactly. There's the hey. Let me put it like this. Y'all ever hooping somebody? You ever y'all ever gone to go hoop and y'all see a white dude with a jersey on? He is getting picked last. That's black
Well, I don't
privilege.
know.
It is what it is.
Hold on now, because he might got a strap.
White dudes-
Them boys be had,
Yeah,
hey,
He
you
might.
strap.
He might.
The white
He
kids
might.
that-
Hey, you strapped.
Rocking a jersey is usually like the number one sign that somebody trash.
Oh yeah, they in there
And
with
they
an
also
arm
feel the skin tone
sleeve.
too. You know what I'm saying? It's a double negative.
Look, yeah, I feel you.
That's all I'm
Like I
saying.
tell you, if I see an old black man in a jersey, I'm not picking up.
You see what I'm saying? That's exactly what I'm saying. And he white too. That's tough.
Can't
That's
wait
tough.
to hit the mic. I got my Mike jerseys, Mike Vick jerseys waiting in the closet for when I turn 46. And they 2 sizes too big.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
With some Timbs on.
Nah, I'm from South.
Yeah, I know.
Wow. So what the playoffs look like for the Nuggets, man?
Hold on, whoa. You ain't finna mention playoffs. You ain't finna mention playoffs without getting to that Lakers game from last night. Lakers,
Y'all not watching the
OKC.
Lakers game right now?
You said what? Ish?
Oh,
Hey, Gas Gatlin,
Luka's
Grayson
returned
Allen,
to Dallas right now.
Yeah, it's 24-24.
Lakers in 5.
You said what?
The Nuggets could be going downhill. We got to see how they rebound.
You know
over
what?
the next
Put me
week
in the
or two.
play-in. Put me in the play-in. Give me Oklahoma City. We gave rid of those Mickey Mouse, Shea Gilgis cocksuckers once and for all. Be done with that shit. Give me the 8-1.
Damn.
We'll go take out the trash.
Damn.
That's harsh.
Damn. For real, bro. Who pissing your weeds?
The Mavericks winning right now.
SGA trying to take my MVP, bro, for what? For flopping? Get out of here.
Hey,
Nah,
he just gave the Lakers a 40-piece, no biscuit. He just gave the Lakers 40.
Oh no, he definitely gave him a biscuit. He gave him a drink. He gave him a pepper.
How many free throws you
He
shoot?
gave him everything. Oh no, whoa, hold on. Let's not do the free throw merchant. Let's not do that.
We didn't have a podcast.
Let's not do that.
Where was you? Where was your boys at then? We didn't have a podcast then.
That's not my fault. Nobody wants to show up.
Hey, everybody was fully. And then on this game, before Luka got put out the game, they were up by 1 point.
No, I will say that Luka ejection did change the game. That did change the game.
The Luka ejection changed the game?
Yes, bro. We're about to whoop their ass again, bro. We had been 14 lead changes. It was a great game. Once the Luka thing got out and the ref thing, everybody, kind of took the game off. They did it. They dead ass. After Luka went out, we had scored. Austin Reeves hit like a 3 and another little end one. And after that, they went on a run. They went on like a 12. Oh, shit.
The free throw count.
Run.
OKC had 20 attempts. The Lakers had 37 attempts.
Okay, hold on.
How many SGA have? How many SGA have?
SGA had 11. He had 11.
Yeah,
All right,
that's a
hold
little
on.
ridiculous.
Hold on.
Reeves had 12.
And before he had 0.
Hold on.
He only had 26 points.
Hold on. OKC has the most 10-0 runs and 15-0 runs in the NBA this season. 1.
That was not going to happen without.
Second of all, LeBron, 19.9 points, 4.3 turnovers, 55.4 true shooting, -28, 1-2 record against the Thunder this season.
What does that have to do with Luka getting kicked out the game? That's not the door chamber. Door don't even hold him. He got
Luka. He got Luka.
Luka
that's just a team defense. That's more just a team scheme on defense.
Young right now. If you're a young athletic team, you can literally limit to Bron right now because he's 40 years old. You can limit Bron to 20 points. And 20 points is still amazing. But if you limit Bron, Austin Reeves gonna go off, and that's happened every night. Every single time you limit LeBron, that means you're gonna let Reeves eat. And thankfully this year, Reeves has stepped up to the plate.
Reeves ain't doing that in the playoffs. Reeves not averaging 28 in the playoffs. He's not.
He's not gonna average 28. He's gonna average 24, 23. That's all we need.
Okay.
That's
like I said,
okay.
Before Luka went out, he had 23 points, was 7 for 15,
and he finished with 24 points.
Luka
with a gang of missed free throws.
When? You talking about the last game?
You said before Luka got out, Reeves had 23. You said.
No, I said Luka went out with 23.
Okay.
I was saying Luka's stats. Also, reason is four free throws at the end of the game as well. But like I say, if Luka would not have went out, we were eating. Like I said, the game was 1-1. But look, guess what? No excuses. That happened in the playoffs. It's still 1-1. So guess what? OKC won.
From a pure ball standpoint, though, Luka and LeBron being on the court helps Reeves eat because you have to have two defenders that can guard players like Luka. And then you got that third person. Yeah, so it's just him being off the court. Reeves that's gonna hurt him too. So that goes into that too. And that's why Reeves was starting to take that step up before Luka got there. But once Luka got there, you've seen his numbers. So.
Hey Dom, that need to be clipped right there, bro. That need to be clipped right there. What Dom said, Lily, perfect, and it's true. The reason Reeves eats is because you have to have. Nobody has three defenders that's like that. You might have three good defenders, but you have three defenders that's like that, and usually at the court at the same time. You usually can't afford those three defenders at the court.
That's so ignorant. That's so ignorant.
You usually can't afford it. You can't.
The only team that has that is the Knicks.
Nobody plays like that, dude.
Nobody
plays like that. Everyone plays defender on ball, switch and replace defense. When you have a number one defender and a secondary, everyone plays best defender on ball, trap, switch, and replace defense. What are we talking about? Draymond in Golden State, Amin in Houston. I can go down the list.
Are not elite guys.
Okay.
You're getting messed over because these are elite playmakers. What are you talking about? You got three elite playmakers. Like I say, the proof is in the pudding. Everybody can all they want. Every time these guys are on the court, he eats. But even the thing about Reeves this year, even when these guys have been off the court, he's been eating. Because when LeBron got hurt, he literally was averaging like 28 point something points a game.
I'm gonna be, no, you're right, and I'm gonna be honest. I think looking at the most recent games, I'm not sold that OKC can win with the roster they have. I'm not sold that OKC can win this year, next year, the year after with the roster they have. I think if they don't stop being greedy with the 13 billion picks they have and go get some help, like a legitimately another star, I don't think they're going to win. I don't think they can. I don't think they make it out the West.
Thank you, Grace. Thank you. I've been saying this. I wish Matty Ice was here to hear this so he can argue and be like, but I've been saying this. That roster is not good enough to make it out the West in the playoffs. That is a good, nice roster. That's why I keep saying they need another guy. If Jalen Williams is your second guy when Shea is off, which Shea is very consistent, so it's rare he's off, but when he's off,
no, but it's not even that whole.
You're screwed.
OKC has the deepest roster in the league. So
that does not matter in the playoffs.
It doesn't matter, at all. Isaiah Joe and all them guys are not going to get you in the playoffs.
He gonna give you one game out of 7. He gonna drop 30. He's not gonna do it all 7. You right, but one game out of 7, he gonna give you 30. He's gonna give you 30.
30 on you in the playoffs. You deserve to go home.
Trey Blessed. Hold on. Trey Blessed Gaming says shout out Cam, and then Greg Allen put the strength emoji and said, "What did Pimpin do in Portland? He did nothing in Portland." Shout out Trey Blessed Gaming.
Hey, what's up, Kogo? Glad he tapped in. But that's facts though. That's all facts. Like the thing about. And Pimpin was old, but anyway, the thing about that, the OKC roster might be, but you're not. Case and Wallace is not dropping 25 or 20 points in the playoffs. Those guys who get those nice games, the other Jalen Williams, them guys are not having those games in the playoffs. And if they do, that team is usually going to be the team they beat in the series. You know what I mean? But these older teams that know what they're doing, been here, done that, are not letting that fly. And I've been saying I would rather have OKC first round than have the Warriors first round.
Honestly, great point. But I think even, bro, the way Zach Edey has been playing lately with Ja and them boys,
I would rather face them than Memphis, bro.
Yeah, I would too,
bro. Like y'all, I've been trying to say that, but I understand what y'all was saying or disagreeing with me because, like, if you go off regular season numbers, bro, it's like Ken, what are you saying? And they're like, you know what I mean? But don't let that list fool you, man. I'm telling y'all, I've been watching just like y'all been watching, bro. That roster can't get it done without another Shea almost caliber type player. When I was arguing with Matt last time, his guy he told me that would make a difference is Alex Caruso. They got worse with Alex Caruso for Josh Giddey, and I'm being real with you. Y'all see what Josh Giddey doing?
But come playoff time, that's going to be different because Josh Giddey regular season, yes, he was triple double threat every night. But as soon as the playoffs hit, it became we're going to let Josh Giddey shoot as many threes as he wants to, and that's how we're going to win. And so he became unplayable.
Okay, because of what he's playing around. Josh Giddey is a part of the guys in the Bulls. The Bulls aren't a threat, but Josh Giddey at best was a par 6 man on OKC. He was never able to unleash his potential.
He should have been a 6 man. Yes, he should have been.
But he wasn't.
He wasn't like this. And okay, so you're right. He did have his nights where he got to be like this because he was in the starting lineup for a long time until that stuff came out. But like he said, when he was in the starting lineup, and we go back and watch the tape when Josh Giddey was in it, he was there, one of their facilitators. He almost was like the Draymond OKC with lesser defense. And you're like, what? Because Draymond is one of their biggest facilitators for the Warriors.
Yes.
Josh Giddey was that type of guy for them. Without the defense, I'm saying not good at defense, but he was a facilitator, a playmaking type guy who could still give you, when he was probably with the OKC, who at the time was averaging a consistent 28. He had a crazy 28 point a game streak. And then you're supposed to have some other guys like Jalen Williams and Chet who fell into the line. They didn't have Hartenstein. So I'm telling y'all, if they would have kept Giddey instead of Caruso, Caruso's defense is not what defense is.
Caruso's going to play in the playoffs. Caruso's going to play in the playoffs.
Yeah, but his defense is not that good where it's making your team any type of crazy. I'm sorry.
I'll explain what you're trying to say. I'll explain what you're trying to say a little better. If you take Caruso and put him on 32 rosters, that's what he is. If you take J-Dub, Chet, and Josh Giddey on 32 different rosters, they play probably 5 or 6 different ways. How OKC is constructed, the trade isn't bad for OKC because of Caruso's ability. He's not going to be able to maximize his potential somewhere else because that's just what he is. What he is what he can do on OKC. Someone like Giddey, maybe J-Dub, maybe Chet can play better somewhere else, but they're still on that system right now. Giddey has had the ability to play somewhere else, and that's why you're seeing the boost in his numbers. Y'all both saying the same thing in a different language.
Yeah, basically, but I'm still saying Alex Caruso is not a needle mover to where
he's not.
He's not.
But neither would have Giddey been on that team either.
Yeah, and I see what you're saying. Facts. I see what you're saying now. Facts.
Like, I think J-Dub, Kevin Porter Jr., perfect example. We just talked about this in the group chat. Kevin Porter Jr., if he gets the minutes he deserves, can be a needle pusher on a team, right? But he's got to be somewhere. He can go on the bench and be a 7-man, just catch and shoot. But if he gets the ball and lets him play, let him play, right?
I don't know what number it was I was arguing with in the group chat, but I literally was saying this. I literally said Kevin Porter Jr. could give you 15 to 20 points, 1 to 2 games in a 7-game series with minutes. And he can, and that's all and that's what I'm saying. The thing when I was arguing the Bucks, I even forgot about Bobby Portis. There go a little bit more defensive help for you, but big energy guys are very important in the playoffs. Y'all know that because basketball is a game of momentum, almost just like football. When you have the momentum, you have things.
When you have signal or momentum?
You got out? Okay.
All right. See if we can get him back real quick.
So Dort, I was going to say, I think Caruso's really good defensive help for when Dort needs to sit. I mean, it's a drop off, but it's not too significant of a drop off where it's like, oh my God, Caruso's getting killed. Like, he's never going to be getting killed. So whenever Dort needs to sit down real quick, Caruso come in, or even you can run lineups if J-Dub or you want to go small, take one of the bigs off the court, you can put Caruso and Dort both out there.
Look, you're going to have to – there are some teams, if we're just speaking on just the West, there are teams you're going to have to run 2 bigs. Houston is running 2 bigs, and it's working. It's working.
Yeah. Those are two versatile bigs. Those are two bigs that play. Those are two 2025 bigs.
Yeah. OKC,
Yeah,
two bigs, and it's working, right?
Yep.
Teams like Memphis, depending on how you see their roster, they technically run two bigs with JJ and Edie. Yeah. So
Yep.
you know, they're gonna have to run a bigger ball. But against the Lakers, they can drop in size, right? Chet at the 5, right? You know, they can move their roster a little bit. Against Denver, same thing, kinda, depending on how you want to play that, you know.
Yeah. Or you can even run the two bigs and have them both harass
Trap.
Yeah, trap. Have Tet be main assignment for Aaron Gordon, kind of help off.
Yeah, if Aaron Gordon hits 7 threes a series, all right, bro. You know, like you got it, bud.
Yeah. Cam is back with us. He's still. I guess he's still disconnected.
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess, Derek, what's going on, man?
Hello.
Whoa. And then there was 2. Man, right now Dallas is up 40-38 on the Lakers. Luka is 7 for 11 with 18 points. It's not looking really pretty anywhere else.
Have we talked about Curry getting shut down?
Or no? That's a missed window, but we can come back to it.
No, LeBron wouldn't be a missed window. Oh, my bad, y'all.
How you come back on 10 like that? You ain't gonna even start over at 1. You just gonna come back straight on 10, huh?
You know what the thing is? I've been talking this whole time, but then I finally figured that my connection went back because I heard y'all laughing for 2 seconds, then it cut back out again. I said, damn, they laughing at me.
Nobody was laughing at you, man. We were in our own little world, man.
I'm about to say, damn, they laughed at my connection, man. But
everybody's laughing at you. Everybody's.
I don't mind that. Shit, I like being a clown. But anyways, no, we're not gonna do that. Look, just 30 seconds, please.
Hold on, let me finish. Okay, we can go back to it. Let me finish. It's 40-40 right now. Luka is leading the Lakers with 18 points and 7 minutes left in the second quarter. The leading scorer for the Mavericks right now is Najee Marshall with 13. All right.
So Luka is for about 45, 50 at
No,
this rate?
I don't think so, because Luka started off the game pretty bad and he hasn't missed a shot in a while. So he could be on pace for, 40, but he could be on pace for 25 and a win, depending on how he plays. He's weird,
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, he proved himself last time with the triple-double because he was off, but the fact that he's, quote-unquote, on right now, he's made his last 3 threes, had a little, a couple in the arc buckets. He could go for 50 ball. So, speaking of 50 ball, Curry dropped the 50 ball on Memphis, then dropped a 40 ball, then a 30 ball, then a 3 ball in Houston. Then responded and put up another good stat line against the Phoenix Suns. But looking at the playoffs, are you concerned with Golden State's inability to perform when Curry can't score? Or is it more of Draymond Green got ejected from the game, everyone was off, and they still barely lost? Not a big deal. Keep it moving. 30 seconds, Cam.
Yeah, about that 3 ball, that's terrible. Talking about LeBron is more washed than Curry. You guys are delusional. That guy is amazing still, but 3 ball, a 3 ball, he's Bronny James some nights. And when Stephen Curry is Bronny James some nights, the Warriors have no chance. This Jimmy Butler thing, I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna work out. You know what I mean? Yeah, you can bring our team spirits up as much as you want, but that shit don't matter in the playoffs. It's time to hoop. So they got to figure that out.
Jimmy Butler is not there to drop 30. Derek, do you want to say anything about Steph Curry dropping 3 points against Houston?
No, I just saw the stat. I think it was like his 3rd time in his career to get shut down. I think it's crazy. I think Luka getting ejected is also crazy. I think it's showing us where the referees are standing when it comes to this playoff.
Oh, Lord.
Hear me out. But no, I think him getting shut down isn't too crazy. But I think Luka getting ejected is a lot more crazy than Steph only making 3 points.
Okay, so let's talk about this for a second. Let's go back. Here we are again, going back. Let's go back. Let's have this conversation. Let's read off a stats, shall we? NBA net free throw attempts since the start of the 22-23 season. You want to guess who's last? Golden State, negative 646. Probably because they shoot a lot of threes, right? OKC, negative 270, and that's with SGA on that team. You know who's first? At 1,017, the Los Angeles Lakers, bud. So if you want to talk about investigate the refs. Oh, the refs are favoritism. All right, bro. What are we talking about right now? The Lakers get way more calls, way more visibility, way more favoritism. They get Dallas Cowboys whistles.
My God. We had this last year, or not last year, but when they had Lakers played the Warriors in the playoffs a couple years back. Of course, dude, if you shoot 1,000 threes in the series and I shoot 1,000 twos in the series, of course I'm gonna 9 out of 10 get more.
We're not comparing the Warriors and the Lakers. The problem is OKC and the Lakers, and I'm saying Lakers get way more whistles than OKC, last night included.
Yeah, they did. That's true. And we drive more. We still drive more. Outside of Luka, we drive and kick. We have only really 3 players that can literally score the ball without shooting, just jump shooting. So everybody else is driving. We're throwing ball. I mean, we're pick and rolling. We're throwing the ball and somebody driving towards the hoop. We're throwing hoops. We're doing all type of crazy things. We playmaking in the hoop. We moving the ball around. Like, we for real move the ball around. When you move the ball around, the defense guys that have to scramble and do last-second stops and blocks, you're going to get more fouls. That's just how the Lakers play. That's been like that also for like the last 3 years.
No, it's been like that on whatever team LeBron plays on.
Exactly, and it's not the whistles, because you also can go to whistles to where in series he played on where they got the whistle way less. And LeBron is not a guy who gets more free throws than anybody.
Like, how many series has he won when he got the whistle, quote unquote, way less?
What you mean? How many series has he won? He got
That's English.
The whistle way less. He came back 3-1.
Okay, bud. Bruh, it literally got Draymond suspended. What are we talking about getting the whistle less? Oh, my God.
It's one game.
Okay.
And if I kick you in the nuts, I'm suspended too. Let me kick you in the nuts. I'm going to get suspended. Come on, like, what?
All right.
Draymond, hey, that's don't do this. I'm going to file a tweet or something. I'm going to put your name and go file a tweet. Draymond is literally a lunatic, especially around that time. Y'all know he deserved to get kicked out. Come on, bro. Like, come on, y'all. And I hate that he got kicked out, bro, because like, if he don't get kicked out, I might not be screaming, LeBron came back 3-1. I really might not. And that's
he wouldn't be.
If not, you don't know that. We had won that game. We started 3-1. And even when he came back, we still won. So, like I said, you don't know, but I understand.
This Warriors team, they ain't deep enough for Draymond to keep doing that. Because he keeps doing, if he does that in the playoffs, they're gonna lose.
They're gonna lose every game he gets ejected in the playoffs. Yes.
Every single game. Now the Curry mess, him dropping 50, 40, 30, and then 3. Look, if Curry's gonna drop 3 one game out of a 7-game series, but he's gonna drop 30 plus,
they're gonna win the series.
Yeah, we're going to figure it out. I will say it was a lot easier for them with Clay there, because now you're relying on Podziemski or potentially playoff Jimmy to be your second offense in the playoffs. But, I mean, with Curry on the court and Steve Kerr coaching that system, I mean, I think they're going to figure something out.
Look, here's what I'll say, and I feel like everyone here, I gave everyone a chance to say their piece, and everyone missed the thing here. Who did they play against? Houston can switch 1 through 5, bro. Not every team can do that. So unless they play Houston 3 rounds of the playoffs, Buddy's not dropping 3 points. It's not happening. And I don't think playing Houston, playing Amin Thompson in the game, he's going to drop 3 points every game. He only shot 10 shots. Like, that's not happening.
Don't excuse that. If LeBron dropped 3 points, we'll be high, bro. He also had a game this year where he dropped 2. Who did he play then? Was it Houston again?
Nah.
He had a 2-point game this year as well, and an 8-point game. Come on, man. Be for real. If Curry's off, he had a whole nasty slump. If Curry's off, if you have a team and you can mess with Curry tonight, which hopefully you don't run into Houston first round. What you mean run into somebody 3 rounds in a row? It ain't no 3 rounds in a row. It's 1 round. One round. If you can affect him like that 2 to 3 games, because you're not going to do it every game. This is Curry, the greatest shooter ever. if you can do that 2 games at the series you won, if you can do that 1 game while you're at the Golden State Warriors home, if you can steal a game at Golden State, you win that series.
Well, let's be honest then. So right now we're looking at a matchup between you know who and you know who, and one of them you know who sucks on the road. So you think you know who is going to go to Golden State and hold Curry to 3 points?
Yeah, they're not 3 points. They're going to beat them. He's going to always eat when he plays you know who. He's going to always eat off the rip when he plays you know who. But he's not going to win. It's 3-1 on the season, my God. He's not going to win. Different rosters, yeah, you're right. He's not going to win. And then you have Brandon Posicki drop 8 out of 9 threes. Great game. But like I said, he's not going to win. And Luka's playing his second worst game this year of his career. Almost for real. But yeah, like he's not going to win. That's really, like I said, I'm more scared of Warriors and OKC, but I still am not scared of the Warriors because I know this. Stephen Curry is not going to beat he's not going to be LeBron James every night, but he's not going to be LeBron James and Luka in the 7-game series, especially if nobody else who have not, like from what we've seen, is going to be able to step up more than 1 game. Brandon Posicki and all them going crazy 1 game will literally win them 1 game. Curry can drop 36. He's done it many times this year where he played the Lakers, and they still lost where he dropped 30-plus points each time they played them. Look, every time him and LeBron play, he drops 25 points. Plus.
The Lakers are going home. They play Golden State first round.
I mean, you can say that delusional stuff, but it's okay. You know, that was right before we played OKC. You said, yeah, those are 2 losses for sure. When we were saying
no, we put that at 1-1. We put that at 1-1.
No, you got the whole thing. You got the clip. If you go back and replay the whole clip, you originally said that they're going to get swept. And you really honestly said they were going to almost lose every game, but besides Portland game or something like that. But maybe you were just trolling there. You know what I mean? But anyways, you didn't go to the 1-1 until we finally agreed. Okay, maybe they can still 1-1. They came in there in that first game, both teams healthy, no excuse, and whooped that ass.
And the second game
came in there and they were literally about winning the game. And then Luka, the number 1 option, gets kicked out the game.
No, first of all, no. Before the game, the day before the game, the Lakers are going to rest everyone. And then everybody was booing the Lakers for doing that. Get your get back. Show them that you like that. And then everybody started, everybody played, and the quote-unquote number 1, I like how you said that, because don't change that narrative later saying LeBron is number 1. You're saying Luka's number 1 right now. Keep it that way. The number 1 option got sent away. All right.
Please, I know what I said. We threw up a clip where I ever said that LeBron is number 1 on the Lakers right now since Luka got there. He's not. I got tweets and everything where I can show where I've been begging AD to be the number 1. I do not want LeBron to win the number 1 no more. Be the number
LeBron
1
can't win being number 1. LeBron needs a 1A, 1B. LeBron can't be a 1-2. Dwayne Wade, 1A, 1B. Kyrie Irving, 1A, 1B. Anthony Davis, 1A, 1B.
You're crazy. You're crazy for saying that.
Okay.
You're crazy. At the 2012 finals, go look it up. Wade did not play good. If that's a 1B,
You talking about Ray Allen saved the series?
Ray Allen, who played 13 minutes a game,
saved the series? Mike Miller? Rashad Lewis? Mike Miller?
Went on an 8-0 run himself in that 4th quarter to even bring him back for that Ray Allen shot to be possible? Are we serious?
No, the Ray Allen shot is possible because LeBron missed 3 shots back to back.
No, brother.
LeBron ran to Miami to create the first super team. LeBron ran to Miami to create the first super team.
Fam,
because he can't be a 1A and he can't be a 1-2.
That's why I said y'all make no sense. So y'all telling me that the Lake Show back in the 80s wasn't a super team? What the fuck are we saying?
So we got to go all the way back to the 80s, huh?
Kareem, are we saying that's the first super team? Chuck be dead ass talking about LeBron like he didn't go run to go play with Julius Irving and all them. And they still got their ass whooped. I don't call them super teams because it didn't work.
So we got to go back to the 70s, huh?
And Kobe Bryant and Shaq.
Not a super team.
If they would have, yes, it is. If they
oh my God!
It would have worked out in 03 or 04. I mean, when they grabbed Gary Payton old ass and
Hold on. You can't in the same sentence say Kobe was carried by Shaq and then say they were a super team. Please sit down.
What you mean? I can't say
Oh my
that.
God.
What you mean you can't say that? You make no sense. You say LeBron got carried by, and he led every stat category, but you say Kobe wasn't carried. You have never said Kobe wasn't carried. So that makes no sense. We both just don't make sense. LeBron got carried. He led his team in all categories, but Kobe didn't get carried, and he didn't lead his team in nothing. He didn't even score more than Shaq, and that's his thing. So
That's the
what are we
system.
saying?
That was a system.
And that's his thing. Hey, they won with it. That system is won, but guess what? He won without it, and I'm proud of him. But guess what? If we saying what's name is Dwayne Wade is 2012 is a 1A, I mean a 1B, then Paul Gasol is a 1B. Then, God damn it, Dwayne Wade was not a go-getter in that 2012
Bruh, you
series.
forgot they had Chris Bosh too?
Are y'all? You want me to read the numbers?
All right.
You want me to read the numbers? Chris Bosh was the same draft as Chris Bosh?
No, he cut his hair. That's the only difference.
It was he?
He cut his hair.
Oh, come on, bro. Was he the same guy?
He cut his hair.
He was not the same guy. And he was still a good defender. He was nowhere the same guy. Chris Bosh could score you 22 points plus a night. Chris Bosh in that 2012 finals averaged 14. He averaged 9 rebounds and blocks. That's what he was supposed to do. He was he was a great anchor. He was nowhere near Chris Bosh. He was like anybody who won center. Chris Bosh was worse than Paul Gasol in the finals, in any finals.
Okay.
That Paul Gasol played in.
Triangle offense, it plays the success of Paul Gasol. Okay? That's why Derek Fisher was able to play the way he did. Chris Bosh, Kevin Love. Bro, I think that shows the fact that LeBron doesn't make the best out of anyone that he plays with. That shows.
Kobe does?
Oh my God. Now you got to bring up Kobe. You see how you do? You see how you do?
That's what you
You see how you do?
Oh,
Okay.
That's how you do it every time I do it.
Okay.
You always got to compare him to somebody every time I do it. Hey, but I'm saying though, so look. So Bosh his whole time, because even when LeBron left, he was damn near retired. He did. I know he got the little blood clotting thing. So Chris Bosh was the same guy in the Miami Heat as he was at the Raptors.
All
Y'all
right.
saying so? Say he went somewhere else during those years, he would have been the same production that he was.
You don't know. We don't know. I mean, we know that happened to Kevin Love. We know it happened to Anthony Davis. We know it happened to Chris Bosh. Like, LeBron is a killer. LeBron is a superstar killer. You have to kill your ego, kill your skills, kill your numbers to play with LeBron.
And guess what? And all those guys had no rings, 10 plus years in their career they played with him. So y'all are welcome.
Go ahead, Don.
Kevin Love was 10 plus years. You were not going to get a ring. Chris Bosh was at the end of your career. You were 10 plus years already. No, he was 8 plus years already. You were not going to get a ring.
Is Kevin Love going to the Hall of Fame? Is Kevin Love going to the Hall of Fame? Is Kevin Love going to the Hall of Fame?
You were never going to get a ring.
Is Kevin Love going to the Hall of Fame?
Yes.
Kevin Love.
Yes. Easy.
Okay.
Easy.
If Kevin Love would have stayed in Minnesota doing what he was doing in Minnesota, would he have a better chance or less chance of going to Hall of Fame?
In Minnesota.
He would have had a less chance? All right.
Kevin
that dude was averaging Jokic before Jokic.
No, because the assist stuff wasn't there.
He had a triple-double like every other game.
He just put up 40-20.
He did not triple-double. What are you saying? He's not
he wasn't doing triple-double.
He was doing Chino Hill's full-court passes, bro. Full-court bounce passes, 40-20s.
Highlights in your stats are different things. And we have had 200, 300 guys who have been able to do that with no ring. His ring solidified him because he already had stats.
We can't do a ring conversation anymore because Carmelo's in the Hall of Fame.
Because Carmelo, what you mean Carmelo's a top 10 scorer all time, ain't he?
So Kevin Love doing what he did in Minnesota, if he would have kept doing that, he wouldn't have been a top 10 or nothing.
No. What would he have been a top 10?
Okay.
How long he was going to keep doing that? Bro?
Okay.
How long was Kevin Love was already injury prone?
No, he wasn't, bro. Olynyk and LeBron ruined Kevin Love.
No, dude, I'll get it. Hey, somebody ruin me, please. Somebody ruin me and get me a ring. Get the fuck out of me and get me a ring, bro. Let me get my first, but they ruin me and they give me a ring. Because if that ruins me and solidifies me after I've been in the league for 8 years, then hey.
Would we even be talking about Kevin Love if it wasn't for LeBron?
Yes, we'll be talking about Kevin. What are we talking, bro? See, that's what we're talking about, bro. Like, I can't.
Okay, that's why people hate LeBron because of shit like that. I wouldn't say nothing like that. I would not.
Come on now. Like that. That's a.
That's literally why Kyrie left. Because of stuff
It
like
is.
that.
It is.
It is.
That is why Kyrie left.
That's us LeBron fan fault, bro. And I understand why people, because that's like me with the Cowboy fans. So it'd be some of the fan, like, bro, my brother is a LeBron fan that would make people hate LeBron. He's one of the people that go crazy. Like, that's a LeBron fan that would make you hate LeBron. Because my brother would say, like he said today, he would draft, if everybody was a free agent, the NBA started over right now, and everybody's age, stat, and health, he would still take LeBron number one overall. I would not say no crazy shit like that.
Okay, who are you taking number one overall? Who are you taking in your top 3 in the whole NBA?
Right now, if I had to in the draft, like everybody's health status right now, I have to go with proven right now. I have to go with Jokic. I have to go with Jason Tatum.
Oh my
I
God.
gotta go with Luka.
Oh my God, bro! What, bro? You said if you did an NBA draft right now, you're taking Jokic, Jason Tatum, and Luka?
No,
all right, bro.
I'm gonna take Shea.
All right, bro.
I'm gonna take Shea.
Shea, who you putting out and putting Shea in?
I'm gonna take Luka out and put Shea in.
Bro, go sit down, bro. Go sit down, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep
I'm
Jason Tatum.
taking
Bro, what? Go ahead. Who you
Jason
taking?
Tatum.
3 players right now.
Jason Tatum,
All right, bro.
LaMelo Ball.
All right.
Hang up.
All right. Who's the third player you taking?
LeBron James.
All right, bro. Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. You baiting right now. You fishing. Dom, who you taking your top three players right now?
Jokic, Shea, Luka.
Yep, that's fair. What you got?
No, I'm not serious now.
What do you have?
If I had 3 players right now, I'm taking Luka, Paulo, and Wemby.
Oh my God! Oh, I forgot Wemby. I'll take Wemby over Shea and Luka. Yeah, there you go.
Bro, Paulo better than Jason Tatum. I'm sorry. Look, hey, if you put Paulo on the Boston Celtics, they might hit 73. I don't know, bro. All right.
Paulo's too inconsistent right now.
Whoa, he's inconsistent. All right.
Yeah,
bro, the Orlando Magic's got the worst spacing in the history of spacing, and he out there dropping. Huh?
They do.
Yeah.
When you got Wendell Carter Jr. shooting 4 threes a night, you're nasty.
Yeah. He don't even know which arm to shoot with. Like, what are we talking about right now?
And France is shooting 7 threes a night. That's nasty. He's not a 3-point guy.
Yeah, and that's why they lost to the Cavs last year, because he was doing too much. He stopped playing his game, and he wanted to be a sniper. Put the ball on the ground, hit the elbow.
I'm not even lying to y'all. I literally started my trucking company off of France unders last year in the playoffs. I'm not playing. France unders and Darius Garland unders. For families. But no. So yeah.
J. Paul, what's going on, man?
That's crazy to take Paulo over Tatum.
I'm taking Paulo over Tatum every day. What are we talking about?
He's a 3-level scorer, man, with defense.
And Paulo's a 5-level scorer with offense and defense. And
That third level's nasty. That third level, he can't shoot 3.
Huh? All right, bro. All right, so let's. Huh?
I see the vision. I mean, I like that guy.
Yeah. And Ant is a close 4. Ant hungry.
Remember, I did Ant last time.
Yeah, Ant's hungry, bro. I like Shea, but I think Shea is peaked. I don't think Shea's gonna get much better than what he is right now. I think Shea can stay where he is right now for quite a while, but I don't think it's gonna get much better. Anthony Edwards can get better, and he is hungry. He's shooting a lot more threes. I think his percentage can go up even more in terms of make percentage. I think it should calm down a little bit on a 3-point percentage because it's affected his inside the arc percentage in terms of like finishes around the rim. It's way down. But Anthony Edwards is hungry. He can do it. John Morant got some loose screws. The problem with John Morant is he has loose screws. John Morant could be the face of the NBA. Zion could be the face of the NBA. He just got some loose screws.
I just still don't believe in that Ja guy yet.
Okay.
But he's amazing.
He finna show you something.
The face of the NBA mean you got to be the best guy? Because I don't think he's the best guy, but
no.
Okay, bet. I will watch him over a lot of guys.
Who's the face of the NBA? Who's the face of the NBA from 2010 to 2020?
LeBron.
Damn, you get 2 guys. It's LeBron and Curry.
Mm-hmm.
You can't say I can't
No,
give
no,
that
you're right.
whole
Curry
Yeah,
did have.
I can't give that whole era to LeBron. Like I would be,
If you have to
I'll be
pick
me
one,
right there.
if you have to pick one, it's LeBron. But you're right, it is LeBron and Curry. A little
I
bit
don't
KD.
think so. I don't think.
You almost can argue face of the NBA. Like face of the NBA is always gonna be LeBron when he in the league. He gonna get
All right,
talked
bro.
about the most. But the actual face of the NBA, like who changed it, Curry has never in 1 year got talked about more than Bron, even when he won MVPs.
All right.
Even every time they talk about it, they were saying, "Is he better than Bron?" It's like, come on. But Curry has has been more impactful from 2010 to 2020, even though he wasn't shit from 010 to 13. So really 14. I mean 14 when he went stupid.
Yeah, because that's what Kobe was.
And Kobe was 2010 was Kobe's,
Mhm.
right? And LeBron came the next year in 2011. So right, that was Kobe's last year, 2010. So you're right. But LeBron just was the face of the NBA. But the most impactful player from that era is Stephen Wendell, whatever his middle name, Curry.
Yeah, I mean that's like saying that Tim Duncan has Shaquille O'Neal's personality. He would have been the face of the NBA from 1999 and 2009, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And you're right. And like I say, and it's not even personality because Curry got a crazy personality on the court. Everybody loves him with their look.
Babyface assassin.
Everything like that. It's just LeBron. Yeah, it's just LeBron. But Curry was Curry with that shit we have seen. Then now teams are literally every team is taking over 20 attempts a game.
Yeah, did you see that stat? There was a stat. I don't mean to cut you off, but there was a stat to where this was the first year in the history that every team has shot more three-pointers than the 2015-2016 Warriors team. That's insane. You talk about teams like the poverty lottery franchise teams like Portland, Utah, 76ers, the Hornets have shot more three-point attempts as a collective unit than the 15-16 Warriors. That's crazy.
That's crazy, and that's because of one guy. That's not because of the GOAT, LeBron James. That's because of the sheep, Stephen Curry.
The sheep, huh? What's their finals record against each other? My bad. But we're gonna play another game.
If you want to play those games, then Isaiah Thomas is better than Michael Jordan, and so is Larry Bird. And you can't argue against me because look, Michael Jordan in those games head to head and stats matchup, his stats are better, but he got his ass whooped because those other teams were deeper. Hey, so there we go, my guys. I'm a guy that can come back anything when it comes to LeBron James and basketball. Basketball, not a man. Basketball. So yeah, but that was a great little one.
Hold on, I like that, and I'm gonna counter with a counter. First of all, Steph Curry made people change the way that they played. Michael Jordan made people change the way they called the game. They were RKOing Michael Jordan going up for a layup. They were RKOing him.
Not in '89 when he was getting his ass whooped.
All right, bro. They got more clips of him getting body slammed, getting 2-on-1 WWE from the Detroit Pistons than lynchings in 1980. Bro, what are we talking about right now? Bro, that was horrible. Every documentary of Michael Jordan starts off with North Carolina, Jordan shoe deal, and WWE SmackDown, WWF, Jordan versus the Bad Boy Pistons. Bro, what are we talking about?
Let's skip that because most of you guys don't even know that. You don't even notice that most of his career he lost. He has 6 winning years.
Yeah,
he played 15 fucking years. We only talk about 6. You don't even talk about the other ones. And some of the other ones were great in 88 and 89. We only talk about 6 years. The rest of them were something we've seen before. And even those 6 years, it was just a 3-3. And he would never do that again if he played in a harder competition league, but you can't argue that. He was just him of his time.
Yeah, hold on. Whoa. Let's get even deeper. Because, I mean, you talk about Keith Sleep getting shot in Dallas. We didn't talk about that. Keith Sleep getting shot in Dallas. He got shot in Dallas because he wanted to take people's chains. Michael Jordan had that little chain every game, but he ain't having Detroit, did he? He was up there clean as a speck in Detroit. Look, I don't mean to make this a LeBron thing again. Okay, I'm not trying to make it a LeBron thing, but that was the point in that era.
We're not doing nothing.
Hold on.
Other big media don't.
Hold on. I'm not saying that it's different. LeBron had coast to the finals. Look, which conference won the head-to-head battle each season since 2000? Okay. Does anybody want to take a guess who had more wins?
The West.
All right. Do you want to guess how many years? Do you want to guess how many years the East won since 2000? It's been 25 years. Do you want to guess how many years the East won?
I want to say 4 or 5. I know the Pistons got some, Cavs got some. And who else got some in between that? And Celtics got some.
Dom, you want to take a guess?
That's literally. So I'm gonna say 6 or 7.
You said the Pistons, Cavs, and Celtics.
Yeah, that was literally the only team I could.
You said 6. All right, Dom.
The phrasing on that. Repeat that question one more time.
So the West playing the East. Out of all the teams, right? Who had the better record? Obviously, it was the West against the East. But can you guess how many years the East had the better record?
Oh, you said better record. I did you mean how many times they won a ring against, like, in total, like
in NBA history?
Since 2025 to 2000, period. How many times has the teams in the East beat the teams in the West in a better percentage?
Probably like 4. Probably 4.
No, 2. I thought you meant rings.
3 times. 3 times.
Like, 2. I said
2009, 2023, 2022. Other than that, bud, it wasn't close. 5, 54, 63, 59, 64, 57, 58. It's not even close.
Obviously, the West is stacked.
And that's my point. Look, how long LeBron been in LA?
I was like, 7.
20,
it's been since like 2018, so like almost like 7 or 8 years.
All right, 2018.
But then you forget that the first year he was hurt with those rookies. You forget the injury. It's like, yeah, and then he's been older. Like,
all right, so you want to count the last 5 years? So you want to count?
No, I don't even want to, like, if you even count any of them like that, he's just on that back end of his career, but he's still LeBron, so it was amazing.
Okay.
Like, since he got to LA, LeBron has not been able to win without, like, being able to go to a finals. Like, say he didn't have an AD, he has not been able to do anything he was able to do with the Cavs.
All right, you're missing the point. You're missing the point. You're talking about a single individual on a single team. You're missing the point. How many years do you want to count LeBron's LA? 5? The last 5 then?
I know what you're going at. You said how many wins he had in the West. But in the West, he's been older. Like, that's what I'm saying. Since he got to the West, he's been older. He's been the old guy.
No, what I'm saying is the East is is still bad, but the East is a more balanced than it has been in LeBron's whole career. Bro, who was a threat to LeBron when he was in the East?
You're right. You said what?
Who was a threat to LeBron when he was in the East? Jordan had threats every round. Kobe had threats every round.
Look, Kobe did. When Jordan started winning, those threats were gone. After he finally did beat them, there were those runs though that he beat the Bad Boys Pistons that one series. It was over.
No, yeah, I agree. I'm saying you said 15 years and 6 years was different other than those years. Why? Because those 6 years there was nobody there.
Facts. So so it's the same thing as for LeBron.
That's why I said that.
That's why I say that. So that's what I'm saying. The only this is where one thing you can argue with Kobe. This is the only thing where I can be like, damn, let me shut up. Kobe had harder routes to the finals.
Gauntlets.
Yes, he did. He's a West man, and he was in a West man when it was West, the dirty West. That y'all can argue for Kobe. Hell yeah, you can argue that. I'm on camera. I mean, I'm on recording saying this. He had harder routes to the finals. He had a harder route in his playing. Not in his playing career, just because his teams were better, better rosters. But not once LeBron joined that Heat team. But once he came back to the Cavs, outside that Kevin Love team, the Cavs team. Outside of that, all the team they were hurt. Kyrie was not healthy none of them years. Even the year they won, he wasn't healthy, but they still won. So, like, he never really had that whole team his whole year. But like I say, that still helped because when they're there, they're there. You know what I mean? But Jordan, once he actually started winning, it was easy. That's why he had those 6 years. That's why we don't talk about, like, we don't bring those factors in. Media never tried to do that or scrutinize this guy when that shit was happening. He became everything. And that's because basketball needed help once Magic and Bird left. He was everything. Like Jordan was everything to the game of basketball. LeBron wasn't everything when he came in. We had Kobe Bryant. What do you mean? So LeBron would have been a bust. Yeah, no, I'm saying we had. What I mean, look, I said LeBron wasn't everything to the game. We had a Kobe Bryant. Like Kobe Bryant was the everything right then. We had a Jordan successor. We didn't need help. You know what I mean? The game was in good hands. We had Kobe Bryant. If LeBron would have been a bust or not the guy he was supposed to be, it would have been okay for a long time because nigga, we had Kobe Bryant.
So where's the league right now?
The league right now is in a it's in two places. If you actually watch and like basketball, you think it's in a good place. But if you're from a money GM perspective or I own the NBA perspective, it's kind of like iffy or in a scary place because I don't have a guy, a for sure guy yet. Once these old dogs get out of here, I have guys, but I don't have a for sure guy. I've always, for the last 25 years, I've had a for sure guy,
or at least two.
A
good guy, bad guy.
Bro, yes, facts. I had a villain and a angel every time. When what's the name? When we first won, we had Kobe Bryant, we had Shaquille O'Neal, we had Allen Iverson, we had a few bad guys.
Well, we have with Allen Iverson right now. It's John Morant.
But facts, and we forget. But John Morant, I mean, Allen Iverson thing kind of happened way earlier in his career, a little bit earlier in his career.
It didn't. Allen Iverson was. John Morant hasn't been in the league that long. Allen Iverson was in the peak of his MVP season on a podium talking about, what are y'all doing to me? Why are y'all treating me like this? That is no different than what the crash out John's experiencing at all.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't mean to.
Go ahead, Dom. Hold on, Cam.
Just want to give an update. Luka has 31 points at halftime.
Yeah.
God damn. Okay, but yeah, no, I can agree with that, and I can agree with that. But the thing I would say though, we have a you're right, but we had 3 or 4 guys at that time that we knew for sure were bringing in things like that and views and everything like that. Right now, your top 2 guys, just because, and I'm sorry, Jason Tatum is amazing talent-wise, but he's not a guy who brings in traction and everything like that. Your top 2 guys who everybody loves to watch, I will watch these guys any night of the week. Ant and Jai both have a lot of commercial off the field right now, off the court. It was, Ant with the baby mama and everything situation. You know what I'm saying? Jai with this, I can't stop being a young boy clone situation.
Yeah.
So right now, you're still depending on heavy. There's no reason right now we should still be talking about LeBron James every night. Like, this is amazing. He's doing this at 40, but this season that he's having is nothing.
No. I get what you're saying. Hold on. I get what you're saying, but LeBron capitalized off of the propaganda. The Dodgers, Yankees, Cowboys, Lakers, Knicks will always be talked about. So he kind of doubled down and took advantage of that. Okay.
And that's a money move in this shit. We knew it. I knew once he got here. That's why I said, damn, when he came out, I dropped LA being my rifle. But I was not kind of like, oh man, it's money time for real. Man. He putting the extra 401k. This for the baby girl. This her paychecks because he coming here to make movies and commercials and shit like that. You know what I mean? But like I say, it still should not be a night of no reason, bro, where young guys have 40 points, and I'm talking about Stephen A. Smith and LeBron James. Like, yeah, I should put them, but I should not have a whole 3-hour segment on that. Like, you know what I mean? Like everybody did. And I'm still right now, you can't sit here and tell me honestly, 3-4 guys that when LeBron, Curry, and Kevin Durant retired, where we can honestly say, damn, we in good hands for 10 to 15 years.
Time out. That's not fair. Let's play. Let's play. Dom, are you
like 7 people right now?
All right, yeah, okay, perfect. Dom, can you as well?
Name them.
Yep.
Hold on. Whoa. Hold on, Cam. Hold on. So, if we're going through generations, we're gonna go through the last generation, the last one. So, James Harden, Kevin Durant, LeBron, Curry, hit the can. They're out. Name 5 successors in the NBA right now. Under 30 and under that can replace the next 5 to 10 years. That was your statement, right, Cam?
Yeah.
All right, Derek, go first. 5.
No, Time out, real quick. Make sure these guys can bring in views, not stats. I'm saying because it's a lot of good players.
That's easy.
And these guys bring in views.
Views is
For sure,
easier than
for sure.
stats.
I got you,
Views
I
is
got
way
you.
easier than stats.
Facts.
All right, go ahead.
Anthony
5.
Edwards.
All you need is 5.
Luka,
Anthony
Wemby,
Edwards.
Ja, and LaMelo.
Yeah, exactly. See, look, that was off the dome.
That was easy.
I had to look up players under 30. Jason Tatum, Luka,
No.
Anthony Edwards, John Morant.
Okay. So let me tell you this.
Jason Tatum's not on that list, bud. I'm sorry.
Sorry, yeah, but and LaMelo is not either.
Yes, LaMelo is. Yes, LaMelo is.
Wemby.
Wemby's on that list. Paolo's on that list. LaMelo's on that list. Ja and
Like,
Luka.
the argument is not like, oh, are we going to be in good hands? Is whether or not people are going to still watch after these superstars.
They're gonna watch
retire.
LaMelo.
They are absolute. I'm sorry.
Why are the NBA numbers down right now? Then if you got the old guys staying with these young guys right now, why the hell are the NBA
No,
numbers
the
down?
numbers are
NBA
down.
is
The
boring,
numbers
bro.
are down
If you
because
really-
it's too hard to watch them. How many
It
games
is.
can
As
you
a-
watch LaMelo play? It's too hard to watch Charlotte Hornet games. If LaMelo was in the Lakers, are you kidding me? If Ant wasn't in Minnesota, are you kidding me? It's too hard to watch the games.
That's why, because it's been hard to watch the games
All
forever.
right.
No, not
All
really.
right, bro.
AI, so that 76 was not a high market team until AI got there, correct? They had took a big break after the Julius Erving and all them run. And
No. AI also took advantage of the current predicament and political statements going around the world. Everybody was wearing 4XL jerseys with headbands. Rappers had band-aids on their head. You couldn't tell who was a rapper, who was a basketball, right?
Facts, and that don't have nothing to do with stats, right?
No.
Right. Facts. So what God? So y'all telling me right now, y'all honestly, and then LaMelo is a guy obviously, yeah, I do like to watch sometimes. You're right.
Bro, every time Anthony Edwards gets a contact dunk, the Adidas updates his commercial. Adidas updates the commercial. They got 15 commercials on standby.
Y'all not. I already said.
Oh Lord.
They got right now. They got a lot of off the field stuff. But Jason Tatum's not a guy. Luka is a guy that brings views.
Yeah.
Melo, like I said, he will bring views once he gets out of that market. If he
Wemby's
ever
a
gets
lock.
out of that market, he will
Wemby
bring
is
views.
a lock.
Wemby's a lock.
Wemby alone is gonna carry the NBA because of parlays. You know how many people are gonna get pissed off because he gets 9 rebounds and he's 7'8"?
Yeah. Well, and it's not that I wouldn't say carry the whole NBA. I just want to say, will they be able to continue to thrive in viewership like they've been able to do? Will it get better? I don't like I say, these young stars are nowhere near our stars.
No.
Or like entertainment, but they're talented. They're very talented. I'm saying entertainment, but talented. They're very talented. And then you got the Ja and the Ant, who's just amazing to watch. You know, who's amazing to watch. Because I don't never know what's about to happen next. But I just don't saying like I'm saying these guys are not gonna. It's just maybe I'm spoiled. I'm spoiled. I'm spoiled. I got to watch the second and third best basketball player ever for the last 25 years.
I missed some. Hold on. I missed some comments. So we got. Y'all think the Rondo, Paul Pierce, KG, Ray Allen Celtics was a super team? I can't remember if it was before. Yes, definitely.
There was.
Minnesota
and Kobe Bryant was the first person to be a super team.
Yeah, Minnesota K Love is first ballot. We agree. Someone rule me, please. Yeah, that was out of pocket. Paulo is a good pick, absolutely. Jason Tatum is weak, and shout out John Wall for sure. J. Paul.
They said Jason Tatum. They said Kevin Love's our first ballot.
Kevin Love is definitely first ballot. If he would have stayed in Minnesota, he definitely would have been first ballot. What are we talking about?
No, he made no awards, no nothing.
Oh my God, bro!
What awards?
What Melos do Carmelo have? If Carmelo will first,
he's a top. He's a scoring leader multiple times. He's a top 10 scorer. Kevin Love would have not continued to average it. He already was falling off his last 2 years. So what makes you think he would have jumped back?
He was falling off. They traded the number 1 overall pick for him. Andrew Wiggins was supposed to be the Maple Mamba. You don't remember that?
I was still trading him. I'm still number.
Yeah. You see, they gotta laugh at a dime. You don't remember that?
No, he was. Yeah, he was.
They traded the next coming of Kobe Bryant. That's what Andrew Wiggins' comparison was. Maple Mamba for Kevin Love.
Andrew, yes, bro, because Kevin Love was already established, bro.
No, just a second ago he was falling off, but now he was already established.
He was established. He was falling off. And what you saying? His last 2 years, he averaged 18 points. The second to last year, he did get hurt. Like I said, he was starting to get injury prone. Like I said, because the year before that, he only played 55 games, and he had, like I said, so he was starting to fall off. He was starting to fall, but he was already an established great player. What are you saying?
Fall off and fall apart are different. Fall off and fall apart.
So he was already falling apart. Damn it. So if he was falling apart, how the hell was he going to make top 10 anything? You said if he would have kept playing without going to the Cavs, he would have made top 10 something.
How many games did he miss? How many games did he miss?
The last 3 years? All right, look, let me tell you his last 3 years. Here you go. His game. So this Kevin Love was playing, he used to play 77 games, like 77 games a year, fam. His last 4 years, this is how it went for him. He went, where it go? 18 games, 55 games, and 60 games. Come on, where he started falling off? Falling apart. His numbers went down. His points went down. Now, 1 year he still did average 26 points a game, which is amazing. He always gonna still be a hooper. But even his rebounds went down. Kevin Love went from averaging 15 rebounds, 14 rebounds, 12 to 9. Then when he went to the Cavs, 11. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't see how LeBron ruined him. He was not going to stay at the Minnesota Timberwolves and continue to be Kevin Love, y'all. If the last 3 years he wouldn't even be in Kevin Love. So I don't see he was not going to be a first ballot. He was going to be a Hall of Famer. He was not going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer if he did not get that ring. Because he has no. Chuck is different. Y'all say Chuck. What is Chuck? What is Camilo? They have scoring titles. They have individual awards that Kevin Love don't have.
All right.
But guess what? Kevin Love got that ring. So those last 3 years, he was falling apart. You're right, Grayson. My bad. I misworded that. He was not falling off. He was falling apart. Let me correct myself. He was falling apart. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying Kevin Love was not Kevin Love anymore. He could still go out there because, like I said, he had a 26-point per game season still, but shit, he only played 55 games. Then the next year he played 18.
All right, so
that's what, yeah.
So in a second I'm gonna have to step out for a second. I'll be back in like 5-10 minutes, and I'll give you guys some time to think about this. Our next 2 games that we're gonna play Please Don't Go, and then we're gonna play Get Out. Okay, and then we have one more game that we're gonna play, and that is the current NFL Offensive Hall of Fame locks. So 3 games. So obviously, it's self-explanatory. The NFL Hall of Fame offensive locks. People in the comments, save your comments, right? Save them. So the guys aren't reading them and stealing them. Please Don't Go and Get Out. Please Don't Go is going to go like this. Let's use a player, for example. Jokic. Just lost a head coach. Just lost a general manager. Where is the direction of the Nuggets headed? They're losing a bunch of games in a row. They might get bounced first round. Please don't go. Please don't request a trade. You are going to be in the owner's perspective of a team, and you're going to pitch. Please don't go to a particular player. The next person is going to go. Then the next person is going to go. You can't say the same player, and if you run out, you're out. Get Out is the exact opposite, right? Bradley Beal, no trade clause. Get out, please. We can figure something out. I could, you know what I mean? So, give you guys time to think about that. That's going to be the 2 games. The last game is obviously self-explanatory. Current NFL Hall of Fame locks. Going to go one by one. And if you don't got one, you're out, right? So, should be 3 crowned winners. It could be 3 crowns from one person, but that's how we're going to do that. Until then, I got something that y'all could chew on and go from there. The most points scored by a player from 2019 draft. Does anybody want to take a guess? I'll list the names. Jordan, Kendall Johnson. Does anybody take a guess on who number 1 is?
You said the 2019 draft?
Yep.
You said who was in there?
Probably RJ Barrett.
Darius Garland, Jordan Poole, Tyler Hero, John Morant, Kobe White, Kendall Johnson. RJ Barrett's number 1, Darius Garland's number 2, Jordan Poole's number 3. I'll be back.
I'm not gonna lie, guys. We're getting really, really out of my expertise. But I wanted to take it back to, who do we have to see once, these all-stars retire? I'm very hopeful for the NBA. There's a lot of stars. And I think the spotlight is going to go to them once, KD, LeBron, all these big name people retire. The direction has to shift. Our attention has to shift to people still playing. And, we named over 10 people that, like, we could sit here and be like, yeah, they're going to sit here and run the NBA. But yeah, I'm on my way to the gym. I'm probably going to step out for this game because I don't know much. But I don't know. I don't think that KD and LeBron and everybody retiring is going to be so like cataclysmic to the NBA. It's just like it's the era's gone. We're not in a physically aggressive era anymore. We're definitely very 3-point, shooter heavy. Fouls are getting called left and right, and that's a topic for a different discussion. But I don't think like we're comparing apples to oranges, especially with like the whole, LeBron and how he stands with everything. It's like we have a 22-year career, and look at everybody and every team. Just like take a step back from being like a LeBron hater or like a LeBron fan, and objectively look at his career. There's a reason why we sit here and keep talking about him. And if he's getting worse and worse with age, which seems to not even be happening, it just goes to show like it's not a debate. It's simply just like if you don't like him, you're gonna point out these things, and if you like him, you're gonna ride these things. But objectively speaking, there's no one better. Michael Jordan or not, but it's just it's not a fair comparison because LeBron is not in it to. And Grayson's point earlier was like, oh, how did Michael change the game? And Stephen Curry changed the game. LeBron made the game so much more physically, athletically. Like he set the bar so much higher that our athletes now would hoop circles around people in the 80s and 90s in the sense of like talent.
Can I give it right there? Thank you. And like I say, the people before them, because y'all forget that LeBron is also before Kevin Durant. So
Right.
when people come in, LeBron is the first considered alien type player because back then those 7-foot guys or anything, they were big guys, but they couldn't dribble, shoot, pass the ball, and everything like LeBron can. So LeBron was the first alien that it was. You know what I'm saying? So you inspired bigger guys to be able. So he's not a guy where he had an impactful like view on guys who are guards, but on your small forwards and your centers, he definitely impacted that because you really got a position now called point forward. You know what I'm saying? And that's coming from guys like LeBron, like just like Grayson said, that Paolo, the guy in Orlando, he's literally they call him Baby Bron, a guy who's trying to learn how to facilitate, but also can rebound good, can play defense and score the ball at will. You know what I'm saying? So my thing when I said that I fear for the NBA future as far as the whole is because we have great talent, but we don't have those guys that are literally like you talk about the best ever. And you're like, well, maybe these guys can finish like that. Well, maybe, I don't know, but a lot of those guys that y'all just named are already 5+ years in their NBA career. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody plays 20 years. That's not going to be a thing that happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At least a good 20 years like this. So you got to think the average NBA career is 15 years. Like for a Hall of Fame guy, like those guys who are super special, is 15 years. And being good in the same level of play is 10. So they mean these guys usually got 10 years left. Who do y'all see being able to do the things that Kobe Bryant and LeBron James, Stephen Curry, and Kevin Durant have done the last 25 years? That's all I'm saying. But
it's just different play styles. It's different play styles now. I just feel like with the league being softer and it's just more, there's more skilled players coming in. Like you said, LeBron was an athletic freak. KD, you can't even coach that. He's 7 foot with 7 foot guard. Kobe, it's Mamba mentality, work ethic, athletic ability. He had a whole bunch of the skill. He was. But as far as right now, you got players like Luka, Shea, Jokic, who don't necessarily rely on athleticism or anything that is tied to their age, so where I think they can play. I mean, if they want to, 15, 20 years, because I mean, there's nothing stopping them. The way they play, very slow, very methodical, very it's a flow to it. So it's just something that I think they can do. I mean, as long as they want to.
Right.
Those type of guys, but a guy like Ja and now those guys,
That's different. Yeah, because they count on explosiveness. Yeah, 10 years.
Yeah, them type of guys. Yeah, but like Wemby, he can play he can play forever. Wemby can play.
Yeah, he's just 7-something foot. He's 7 foot tall. How long are those joints and muscles gonna last?
No, that's the question with
that's
him.
all the time we catch up to Wemby is because of the height.
Yeah. Yeah, and that happened with a whole bunch of big. When we saw Yao Ming, he couldn't even stay on the court.
We seen even Dirk. Dirk was like one of the last 7-footers.
Them last 2 years, Dirk started running like a 10-man.
He walking, running around with his back bent, and he played 20 years. You know what I mean? But he could last 6. He was like, oh shit.
And it was crazy. Them last few years, he was moving like the 10-man and was still giving people 15, 20 a night. So I mean, he was still. That's what I'm saying.
Like he can still, like we gonna still be able to maybe do that, but I'm saying I don't know. Everybody, it might be one more person ever to be able to play 40 and score 40, 20 points, 25 points a night like LeBron.
Yeah,
that might not happen.
That's not gonna. Yeah, LeBron still. Yeah, that's not gonna be replicated. Yeah, I don't see that. I don't even see a player. There's no players coming up. I mean, Cooper Flag, but he's not. I don't see LeBron, any type of LeBron. For me, Cooper Flag is like Tatum. I see him. His ceiling is kind of like a Jason Tatum type to me. Cooper Flag.
Do you guys watch anime?
I'm trying to get it.
Not really.
Okay, for sure. Well, my reference
I still got some anime knowledge. I still got some anime knowledge.
I know. I watch. Look, my little one thing I watch there is like different. Is Marvel. I watch Marvel a lot.
Okay, well, like if we compare it to like Marvel right now, right? It's like we're a post Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans,
Thanks.
we're a post them era. So it's like, who do we have now? And that's what it feels like for the NBA, where it's like Robert Downey Jr. is, Iron Man's gone. He's done. He's
done. Yeah. He's still hanging in there with Dr. Doom, but we know this for sure that it's like the ending, like we know with LeBron. And then that's why I'm saying my theory still hangs on is because like I like Tom Holland, but he's no Andrew Garfield to me.
He's not no Tobey Maguire for sure.
That's why I say Andrew Garfield. I meant Tobey Maguire. I mean whoever the one is his first Spider-Man. That I'll be getting the name.
Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, he's not no Tobey Maguire. I love Doctor Strange, but Doctor Strange don't give me the same love that I got for Captain America. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. It's in good hands, but it won't be the same. And that's just probably like the old people say to their time. You know what I'm saying? That's going to happen every generation. Because these are the guys I grew up with. So maybe I'm thinking like that.
Yeah, we're just the old heads now, talking about the good old days.
Facts.
But I'm at the gym, y'all, so I'm going to catch you guys later.
Man, get the hell out of here, then. Yeah, get the hell out of here. He wasn't going to be able to talk ball anyway. Nah, Derek, I appreciate you showing up. Derek. Let's get at it, man. This is a good trio to challenge some insights, shall we?
Real quick, 11-inning final. Blue Jays just beat the Red Sox. Thank you.
Okay, so that's back-to-back days. The Blue. Cam, you don't know much about baseball, do you?
I can go in a little bit, but like I can go in. We can do it.
Okay, we're gonna do those games, and then we're gonna jump in a little baseball, shall we? Yeah.
Bet.
Cool. So, does anybody got a check-in on the Lakers game?
I got to pull it up for you right now. I'm watching it on the laptop or listening to it. I'm driving safe. But it's 78-72 Lakers with 2 minutes remaining in the third. Luka has slowed down this quarter and only had 35. He had 31 at halftime. Your boy Najee Marshall has 23. I guess Anthony Davis he's not mad at the Lakers like I thought it would be. He's 4 for 9, 9 points, 9 rebounds. 5 assists though. But yeah. Oh. And let me go here. I guess I can't talk about Lakers without talking about him. LeBron Playing pretty average, 5 for 10, 50%, 0 for 2 from 3, 14 points. Rui Hachimura is the guy who's stepping up tonight with 11 points.
I opened Twitter because I wanted to check something, and the first thing I saw was ESPN's video of Luka wiping tears, and Trae Young's heavy.
Man, I haven't even seen that yet.
That's heavy, and man, I definitely think that he probably would have never left Dallas. He probably would have been okay, never winning, because if he was home, that was his home here in America. He adapted the culture very well. He even literally adapted the clothes. He was a part of it, Definitely would have got a statue. But at the end of the day, that's a perfect way for us to lead to our next segment. Game number 1. Please don't go. 30 seconds on the board. And you don't have to say much, as in speak the whole 30 seconds, but you got to get a name off before 30 seconds is over. Okay? So I'm going to pull up our comments, see if we got anybody in the comments playing.
Yeah, one second. I don't know why somebody coming busy.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Rock,
Looks like
paper,
I'm solo
scissors,
dolo.
shoot. Rock, paper. No.
We on one-on-one.
I'm going to have to. Oh, man, so we got 1 or 2 people in YouTube comments, 1 or 2 people in Twitch comments. So I'm going to be going back and forth, but please don't. If I miss you, I'm sorry, but I'm going to try. Yeah, that Luka video is heavy, man. He was going through it.
Yeah, I haven't got a chance to look at it yet. I got the notification though. Let me see. While we're waiting for Cam to he's coming back, I assume, or is he?
Yes.
Okay.
Nah, they trolling. They got Luka didn't like his tribute, and it's it's the Burger King out here, bro. All right, I'm sending him a group chat. There he is. Oh my goodness, Mikal Bridges +- against the Celtics, Cavs, and Thunder. You know what? I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna save that. So here we go. Please don't go. Dominic, start us off.
I picked the player.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were picking the players and then we're selling our case to them.
Nah, everyone's gonna go player for player for player for player. You have to go in your own bag. Does that make sense?
Okay. Jokic.
Okay.
I know we just fired up coach and our GM. I know that we have Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. locked in the max contracts, and we're not getting much help from the free agency. We're gonna try to draft good, bring in a new coach, bring in offensive-minded coach, possibly D'Antoni. We're gonna make it work.
You gotta say it. You gotta say it. You gotta say it. You gotta say it. Jokic is off the board. Next.
NBA. I'm gonna go with. My bad. Please don't go. If I'm the Phoenix Suns right now, please don't go, Kevin Durant. And I don't know if I'm allowed. I guess if it's the same team, I guess I can use this. And please don't go, Devin Booker. And you're like, well, Devin Booker is
one player at a time. Okay, look, you start over. 3,
right,
2, 1, go.
All right. Please don't go, Kevin. Nah. Okay, never mind. Here we go. Please don't go, Kevin Durant. Yeah, I'm gonna go Kevin Durant. Right now, the Suns in the last 5 to 6 years have been a top seeded team before this year. Even before KD's arrival with their final appearance with Chris Paul and Aiden and Devin Booker them. Right now, it's their last hope. Suns are not a big market team. Kevin Durant and this roster with the last little shot I see before they go into rebuild mode. So it's like a please don't go if I'm a fan of the Suns. Please don't go. This is our last chance.
Please don't go, Jaylen Brown.
Please don't. Oh, you're going.
Yeah, it's me. Please don't go, Jaylen Brown. Listen, I know it sounds weird, like, what? But look, you just won Finals MVP, and you are still miscredited. Like, you're not that guy. It's always talked about Jason Tatum. Kristaps Porzingis. Please don't go. If you go, you will struggle, and so will the Celtics. Don?
Giannis, please don't go. We done overhauled the roster about 2 or 3 times for you. I know it still ain't working right now. Dame, we brought in Dame, brought in a new coach, right? Yeah, brought in Doc. We're trying to make it work. Giannis, I know we haven't won since 2021, 2020. But Giannis, please don't go.
Time. Cam?
Yeah, please. Right now, I'm gonna go with please don't go. Joel Embiid. I know we done you wrong. I know, we haven't been able to reach that quota of games that we want to reach, and we kind of failed you as a staff. But please don't go. If you go, this is it. Paul George didn't turn out how we wanted him to turn out. Maxey is a bright star, but can't build. You can't win with just one bright star.
Please don't go, Devin Booker. Look, listen, KD can leave, and that's fine. Okay, KD ain't he's not a stayer anyway. He just wants to grow when she looks pretty. Devin, you've been with us from the beginning. We can restart again. Okay, we'll figure it out with Bradley Beal. We'll get something going. We'll get us a big. We'll make another trade. We'll figure it out. We're gonna trade KD for something and build around you again, right? Please don't go, Melly.
Please don't go. Anthony Davis. I know this sounds like a weird one, but he didn't necessarily choose his destination. I know we kind of forced your hand here, AD, but we have some bigs we're building around. We have Kyrie here. We're trying to make it work. Nico got a vision. AD, please don't go.
Time. Cam?
Please. Everything already been rough for us. Please don't go Kyrie Irving. Listen, man, you were right there, man. We know we kind of did you wrong too, shipping off your young buddy when we know y'all had a great relationship. But please don't go Kyrie. We know you're on the back end of your career and you kind of love being here. If you stay here, we'll make sure we get more pieces in. We'll keep AD and we'll try to get a quick roster. A quick turnaround to make this roster a championship team.
Time.
Please don't go, baby. Kyrie.
Please don't go Kawhi Leonard. Listen, I know you can force your way out and probably go somewhere to play your last 2 or 3 years. You can just wrap it up and retire whenever you feel like it. But we really got something. We really got something with this team, and James Harden has restored himself. Just give us a little bit of time, and we can make it shake. Please don't go. We got 3 more.
Like that.
Please don't go, Zion. I know that you've been hurt a lot, and the media have been scrutinizing you. And we've been in New Orleans. We're trying to make it work. We got Bi in the building. We brought in DeJounte Murray. It didn't work out this year, but hopefully, with you being on track, getting on the court, we're gonna try to build something up. So Zion, please don't go.
Cam?
Please. Oh, he already said jacket. Dang. I was about to say jackets. Yeah. Please don't go. James Harden. Please don't. Out of nowhere, man, you really brought yourself back to life. When we kind of thought this was about to go downhill from what it was looking like once we let Paul George go for pretty much nothing. But now that we see that you're still at this level of play and you're less selfish than what you were in your prime days, and you're actually kind of translating these numbers into wins, we're willing to crash everything and bring you help with Kawhi
Time.
and get our 2 old guys going.
Please don't go LaMelo Ball. Look, I really need you to just hone where you're at, sign a Supermax, and we are going to get pieces eventually. We're going to figure it out. You are everything in Charlotte. And with your injury history, you're not going to have much success anywhere else anyway. Just stay. Please don't go chasing the bag. Let us flourish you and enjoy you and shine you as the gem that you are. Please don't go LaMelo Ball. All right. With that one, we are going to flip and go to the opposite. Get out. So you're going to say, get out. You can come from the perspective of the movie, like, brother, listen, you need to get out before it's too late. Or you can go in the perspective of a fan or an owner or a angry mom. Get out and throw them out. You know, you got to go. Okay? So starting with down this time, we're going to start with Cam. Cam, get out. Who you got?
Oh,
You can repeat names that were said in the please stay.
Oh, snap. Breaking news. The Mavericks just went, AD just went on a run with the Mavs. The Mavs just took the lead after being down 11 in the fourth quarter, 87-85.
Klay Thompson 3-ball. Bang.
Man. Yeah, AD's starting to turn it up a notch, which I thought it would come. But get out new rules or new players, same rules.
You can use the old players. This is a whole different. It's gonna be a whole different segment. So, get out. Who you got?
Oh, get out. Oh, okay. I didn't even say please. Get out. Okay. Yeah. Dang. I might use the same player if I'm looking at it from a different fan's perspective. Get out and be. God damn, man. We didn't give you all this money. You can't stay healthy. We can't go get nobody else because we gave you the. Dang, can I start over?
Go ahead.
I got a better
3, 2, 1.
Get out, Paul George.
I knew you were gonna say that.
We done gave up everything that we had to add winning pieces to this roster for you. And you came here looking like you're 45 years old. This is, watching you is PG. This is terrible. This is terrible. We need you to get out. We need you to get out now. We don't care where you go. It just can't be here.
Time. Dom.
Damian Lillard, get out from a from a ownership perspective. We brought you in here. We thought you were going to be the missing piece to help Giannis get another ring. And in the 2 years you've been here, we ain't got nothing to show for it. Damian Lillard, get out.
That was quick. Anthony Edwards, bro, get out. Bro, go somewhere where you can get paid and be on national television every day and go be him. Go chase the rings. Because if you get a couple rings, man, you could be in them talks. Them talks. Look, you're going to get the bag wherever you want to go. It might not be the super duper, but you're going to get a bag wherever you're going to go. And you can fit in any system. So go do that. Get out. Cam?
Yeah, get out now, LaMelo Ball. I'm going to take that one. Get out now. The market here is not going to get any better. You seen what happened to the last guy that we had with all-star talent and Kemba Walker. Most people don't even say his name anymore because he's forgotten. And he was a guy who was great talent, great college career, had all the attention and everything, and we couldn't give him what we need. And by the time he was trying to get to where he needed, he was too old to provide what they needed. So get out, LaMelo Ball, before you end up in the same situation as what could have been type of guy.
Good take. Dom?
Get out Nikola Jokic. Denver is not doing anything right now. They just fired the coach and GM. The biggest offseason move they made last year was bringing in Westbrook, which while it did lead to career-high numbers for you, it also led to a lot of losing. Jamal Murray and Porter are signed into max contracts. Aaron Gordon's pretty much 20, 25 a year. We're not getting any better. Jokic, get out before you don't get another ring.
Time. Owner's perspective. Mikal Bridges, get out before I throw you out. But we sent all them first rounds for you. And come to find out, KD, Giannis, and Jokic are potentially about to be on the block. And you're telling me you have a plus minus of negative 156 against the Celtics, Cavs, and Thunder, but against everybody else, you got a plus 515? 515. So we got you to compete against the top of the league, and that's where you're the worst? Oh, no, you got to go. Get out.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Lakers take the lead. Cam, go.
Get out. I need you to get out. Get out, Westbrook. It's time for you to just either go to a team that don't care about winning or call it a career. You can go somewhere where you want stat pad or not, but we didn't got to the point where your attitude, and maybe it's your time at the Lakers' fault where you're at. Huh? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Get out Bam Adebayo. You are the most underrated center in the league. You need to go somewhere where your talents can shine and you're appreciated for the big man that you are. Go somewhere that actually needs you. I think you were in Phoenix. Phoenix could have used you this year. That would have been find somewhere that works for you where you're going to be appreciated, your talents are going to be used, and you're going to be playing winning basketball. Bam Adebayo, get out.
Good timing. Anthony Simons, look, you can be a star in this league. You have quality potential, good acrobatic ability, good ability to finish on all three levels, but you are in the wrong state, bud. The Trailblazers are not going to get it done for you, man. As a family friend, from around the way, we've been together growing up as kids, brother, you got to get out, Get out. I do not know Anthony Simons for real. I was saying from that perspective. Cam?
And LeBron turned it up. Yep. Get out Ja Morant. And I'm saying get out as more of a mentor. Fresh start, new face. Get out, man. I just think you maybe need to get away from even just the Memphis culture. I don't know if that's it. Get out, get a fresh start, get a new look, and attack it like that. There's some guys who had off the field trouble, and they got a fresh start, and it worked out in a way. Like we say, hey, out to the Nuggets. Melo from the Nuggets to the
Time.
Knicks. You know what I'm saying?
Dom.
Get out. Jalen Brunson. You're not. I'm saying this from a owner's perspective. We brought you in here. We paid you to be the guy. In your time here, we have a conference finals, I believe.
Time.
Oh. Damn.
Yeah, y'all cutting it close. Y'all cutting it close. Get out, Paulo. Look, LeBron had to do it. Carmelo had to do it. Sometimes you just gotta go rebrand. Go somewhere, cut the braids off, get you a do-rag or two. Not a do-rag for the grease from the braids, but a do-rag for the waves. Start over. Look, go somewhere, New York. Oh my gosh, Paulo in New York, Paulo in Miami, big time. He can do it. And then go back home later to Orlando. Orlando's just not a market where you can win rings. Ooh, good timing. Last round.
Start bad team. Get out. A get out situation. Get out. Get out.
15 seconds.
Get out, Kyrie. Hurry up and go use your last years to go do something good. You see, Nico is no good. You see what he did to you in this roster after winning the championship. Get out while you can.
That's a good one. Dom?
Get out, Tyrese Maxey. You're one of the best young stars. You're one of the best young stars, rising stars in the league, and your talent keeps getting wasted because of injuries to other teams, injuries to Paul George, injuries to Embiid, lack of a fulfilled roster around that. Tyrese Maxey, get out before it's too late.
I like that.
Yeah, you took mine. My 30 seconds is on the clock. I need to think for a second. Tyrese Maxey, get out. Look, 76ers is not an organization for a winning franchise, and I feel like you're the type of player who plays to win, not plays for stats. So if you want to do that, go somewhere where you can be the guy, or at least a 1A, 1B scenario. Get out, Tyrese Maxey. Boom, 30 seconds. Let's go, 31. Woo! All right. Tyrese Halliburton was great. That's probably the best one, I think, other than Mikal. With that, we're gonna transition sports. Tyreek Hill drop kick. No, I'm just kidding. We're not gonna talk about Tyreek Hill. The NFL mock draft has Shador dropping to 9. Your boy's been saying that for 3 weeks now, but what y'all think about that?
Well, is 9 still the Saints?
Yep.
Yeah, you did predict that. I think I did jump on the wagon with you after I heard you, so I'll give you your credit first. I like that. Spencer Rattler. But that would be good competition at least for them to go into camp and get that done. Is Derek Carr still there?
Yep.
I mean, not – yeah. Derek Carr is a guy that spot's very takeable, but at the same time, you're paying him money, so I don't know. I like it for Shador. I just hope he don't have to go and be a two guy for a minute. But if that's what we got to see, that's what we got to see.
Our comments, don't mean to cut you off. Comments, we got, please don't go Jalen Brunson. Get out Joel Embiid. Get out Ben Simmons. Those are all solid. Ben Simmons ones was a great take.
the Clippers don't want Ben Simmons? Is that what he's trying to say? Get out?
Get out Ben Simmons.
That's crazy. They've been nice since Ben Simmons got there. I mean, I'm not saying it's because of Ben Simmons, of course, but it's been a great bench addition.
Ben Simmons is a troll. I love Ben Simmons. I'm on the Ben Simmons bandwagon, but it's like he out there trolling, wide open layups. He want to do behind the back pass.
There's no way he's not trolling at this point, bro. There's no way.
You think something's like psychologically broken with him?
And that's what I've been saying. You seen that tweet I sent in the group chat where I said at the beginning of this year, bro. It's something like it's a mental block point, and as I got older, I understand how mental health works more now. That's just real. It's real. It's really real, fam. To where it makes you not even good no more. You're not the same person. That's just like for a little bit when Jason Tatum last year was struggling for a little bit when he had changed his whole like jump shot and it was like glitching for a little bit.
Mikal Bridges too.
People like, yeah, Mikal Bridges too. Facts. Even him was glitching for a little bit. So it's a psychological thing, and I think his got so deep and so it got to him a lot to the point where he literally is stuck there. But some nights he might. I don't know. He might take a good cocoa butter rub or a good hit off the blonde, and he becomes old Ben Simmons that we've seen in the NBA. I still believe it's there. It's just I don't know. I don't know how you can unblock something like that. But if you can get the clouds out of Ben Simmons' head, the sun will shine. I promise you, it will.
Let's transition back to the NFL. Where were we?
We're gonna do the NFL Hall of Fame offensive.
Yeah, but we had said something before that. Oh, the draft.
Shador going 9. I like Shador on the Saints. I would like that fit. Olave, if healthy, that's a good number one option. It's a decent number one option. I'm not gonna say it's a lot.
It's a decent one because his health isn't a knee. His health isn't an elbow. It's his head injury, which means at any given week he gonna be gone. Yeah, that's tough, man.
But with Taysom Hill and with Kamara, I mean, there's some structure in place there already to help Shador kind of ease into the league to where it's not, it's you and we got this running back that we brought in off free agency, a receiver that we drafted. It's not a whole bunch of change. It would just be implanting Shador into the system you already have, which I feel like that would be a good way to get him kind of settled into the league and kind of reach his potential because the Saints had already, Drew Brees didn't have a lot of arm strength. So with Shador not having a lot of arm strength, but
hold on, whoa, because you're all over the place. You're all over the place. First of all, the system is gone. They have a new head coach, new offensive coordinator.
I understand. I'm just understand that. I'm saying from a Saints fan perspective, like legacy perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah. Two. Sorry to cut off our beautiful host. Sir, you didn't have an arm like that?
Shador, I mean, he don't have a crazy arm.
No. You said that another name today he was like that didn't have an arm like that.
What?
Drew Brees didn't have a crazy arm. Drew Brees did not have a crazy arm.
The 5'10" guy didn't have a crazy arm who couldn't see over his O-line? The guy who was that 5,000 in the season? No, but 4,000.
5,000.
When I'm talking crazy arm, I'm talking like just pure arm strength. I'm talking like Jamarcus Russell had a crazy arm. He's Jamarcus Russell, Michael Vick, Brett Favre, like just crazy arms. Strong.
You're talking about a true gunslinger. Yeah, that's not Shador. No gunslinger. Yeah, he's not gonna ever throw 50 picks in the season while throwing 70 touchdowns. That's not his game.
No, I'm not saying as far as that. Just like speed of the pass from hand to from my hand to the receiver's hands. How fast is that ball getting there? Drew Brees didn't have the tightest. You know what I mean? He wasn't throwing the hardest ball, but he got it there.
What's your fastball? There's a difference between throwing strikes and throwing fastballs. You know what I mean? You're throwing heat.
Yeah.
But as long as you're hitting the strike zone, it's all that matters, at least for the most part.
Pragmatics.
There's an analogy in baseball that say, you make it to the big leagues hitting fastballs, you stay in the big leagues hitting the off speed. In the NFL, it's a little different with quarterbacks, man, because arm speed can bail you out. Ball velocity can bail you out. Justin Herbert, Trevor Lawrence can bail you out. But staying there with longevity is being able to sit in that pocket and make it happen. So if Shador can sit there in a pocket and make it happen, he's gonna be fine. Cam Ward's gonna Malik Willis. I mean, there's no difference right now. There's no difference. Cool, you can throw the ball real hard and you can move around the pocket really fast. Can you sit there and read too high? Can you sit there and throw back shoulders consistently? Can you sit there and hit windows and gaps? Can you? Can you do that fundamentally two-step drops? Can you make your play actions, your run handoffs, and your five-step drops look exactly the same? Can you? If you can't, bud, you're gone. I think that's a bigger problem than patting the football before throwing it.
Facts. And this is a guy where I feel like they got to find more problems in his game because he played in college longer. But yeah, that cool and calm collected stuff, that's cool and all, but can you be it's basically at this point when it comes to quarterbacks, can you do the NFL things? What's the NFL things already in your game? You know what I'm saying? Some of the things that made us love Cam Ward, you would not be able to do that in the NFL, no matter who you are.
That's the hard part though. Because at receiver it's point blank. Tight end is point blank. Running back is point blank. Rather you a receiving running back or a power running back. You feel me? Quarterback, there really isn't a model right now. Jalen Hurts just won a Super Bowl MVP, regardless of the team he was on. Lamar Jackson is arguably quarterback for quarterback, top 3, top 1 in the NFL. Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, those are all different type of quarterbacks. They're not the same at all whatsoever. So it's hard to emulate the prototype quarterback compared to 5 years ago, 10 years ago. If you can't sit in the pocket, if you can't sit in front of a whiteboard and say, what are you running against these X's and O's? You can't play quarterback in the NFL. So it's harder in today's game to go out of the draft with this mock of this guy is going to be the guy who does it because you just don't know. You don't know who has an elite offensive coordinator in college unless the guy is a known guy like Chip Kelly in Ohio State. That's why Will Howard is so down on the stocks. I mean, his pro day was Garbo, and he had a great offense around him in Ohio State. Quinn Ewers, same thing. Right? But I mean, that's just my personal opinion, of course. Anybody have anything they want to say about that before we jump on?
I saw a mock draft. I don't know if it's the same one that had Milroe going to the Giants
in the second round.
Yeah, I got a
in the second round.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said that. Damn, I need to find that. I said that Milroe is going to be the first quarterback draft. Okay, it was 4 quarterbacks drafted in the first round. Jalen Milroe is one of them. I like Jackson Dart. He's cool. But Jackson Dart makes just as much boneheaded plays as Jalen Milroe, but Jalen Milroe runs a 4.3. So who would you take? What are we talking about right now?
Yeah.
Jalen Milroe could throw the ball 60 yards, 70 yards, two-step. I mean, what are we talking about? Jalen Milroe can be progressed into a quarterback. You cannot teach those. It's the same thing as Shador and Cam, but the fact is, Shador is less of an athlete. You don't have to teach the fundamental things to the Shadors. You're going to have to teach with Cam. Probably won't have to teach the reading of the field. Jalen Milroe, Jackson Dart. It's the same thing. Jackson Dart's a better in-the-pocket quarterback and can move around laterally a little bit. But in terms of 100 yards, bro, you're taking Jalen Milroe.
Yeah, he's just a football player. Yeah, I mean, Lamar Jackson was he wasn't as raw as Milroe for sure, but he was raw when he came in. So
for sure.
I mean, see how that turned out. So I mean, yeah, for sure, you get him the right system, right coaching, right structure, teach him the right things, and yeah, it's sky's the limit for him. For Milroe, that could be a steal second round. If you get Milroe in the second round, that could be a steal.
Look,
that could be
the problem. My fault. I'm live eating on these chips. That's horrible. My bad. It's not professional. The problem with Alabama quarterbacks is the tale as old as time. Jalen Milroe, Jalen Hurts are just scrambling versions of the problem. You don't know how good they are because of the talent around them. Look, Lamar Jackson put up better numbers when he did win Heisman the year after than he did when he did win Heisman, and he still came in the league very raw because of what was around him. He was out there balling with a bouncy ball and Jags. You know what I mean? He was doing the best he could with the dice he had.
Yep.
Lakers are blowing them out. I'm turning that game off. So looking at that in perspective, and the Rockets are resting everyone against the Clippers tonight. That's interesting in terms of seeding. So
45. Okay.
Right. That's interesting with Milroe, because he could be a steal, or he could turn out to be what's bro from UCLA, DNR. DRN or DNR?
DTR, Dorian Thompson.
That's him, and he's in Cleveland. So, well, he was in Cleveland. I don't know where he is.
They got their quarterback situation, so
yeah, and they shouldn't draft the quarterback yet either. Look, do not waste number 2 on a quarterback. You ain't got nobody to throw to. The problem with Cleveland, don't waste it on Travis Hunter. He ain't got nobody to throw to him.
So get Abdul Carter.
Get Abdul Carter and lock your defensive line up and just play the game that Pittsburgh has played the past 5 years. We are not going to beat you by outscoring you. We're going to beat you by limiting you to points. It's so easy. Look, Travis Hunter is going to play 40 snaps on offense and 40 snaps on defense. If he rolls an ankle, you're out 2 starters.
That's true. Hey, and that's what hurt Colorado so much. I mean, that he was the number 1 corner and receiver. Like, I mean, and so you got to fill 2 gaps now.
And with Cleveland, you don't have nobody to fill there. You don't. You can at least, if you're the Giants, you can at least force Malik Neighbors a lot more. You can just do that. You can. But Cleveland don't got Njoku, bro. He's a seams tight end at best. That's not happening. Judy is in Cleveland still?
Jerry Judy, yeah.
I don't think he's a number 1.
I don't think, not consistently. He can explode for big games, but yeah, he's not a week to week number 1.
No, I don't think so either. That's no. Amari Cooper still hasn't signed anywhere either. I don't know. They got a problem. Cleveland has a lot of problems. Offensive line is a problem. They're like one half. Like if you cut their defense in half, they need a safety, cornerback, D-line, line. They need literally half a defense, and then and they need a number 1 receiver. They need a quarterback, and Nick Chubb's gone, right? Who's toting the ball?
Jerome Ford,
bro. Like, what are we talking about? There's so many holes to fill. There's no way you draft the quarterback. You're putting a captain in a sinking ship with water already at his feet. If you draft Travis Hunter, you're gonna break him. Go get Abdul Carter. Take another 16 games off. Go 1-16 and do it again. Rinse, wash, repeat. Okay. I honestly would have signed and traded Myles Garrett. I would have got a haul and just said whatever. That I don't know. If I'm the Cowboys with Micah Parsons, look, I'm trading Micah Parsons. I'm getting 3. I'm getting two. I'm getting a first and a second. I'm gonna use one of those first on someone like Will Johnson, and I'm gonna use the other one on Travis Etienne. Something like that. Something cool. You know what I mean? Like, they don't gotta be crazy.
I'm surprised that nobody's tried to do. You know how the Bears drafted Caleb and Will and Roma Dunze last year. I'm surprised nobody's trying to do that with Shador and Travis.
Oh yeah, the chemistry.
Yeah, instant. But I don't know. It'll probably be tough to move. It's a lot of.
Well, Dunze played for Washington, if I'm not mistaken, or Notre Dame.
He played for Washington. They didn't play together in college. But I'm saying if you're gonna get the Bears, I'm saying the Bears did that last year and it didn't really work out for them. But That's because
No. It didn't work out for them because they signed Keenan Allen and they already had DJ Moore as the number one.
Yeah.
So Ndunze at best was a slot number 3 matching with the tight end. He had no in terms
he can't play.
Yeah.
So
that wasn't like a. I mean, they did the hard knocks, and I mean, people were fighting. There was a guy that was a doctor fighting for running back 3, right? There was a couple receivers fighting for receiver 5. Odunze was number 3. You know what I mean? Like that.
I would do all that at one time, and then they didn't have an O-line. Got nasty. Got ugly.
Now New York, they played you know what? Trade Thibodeau. He don't want to be there anyway. Trade him. Send him away. Get some capital. Make it crack. I think you have the potential to be better than Dallas. Unless they're doing the whole give me 24 months. Give me 24 months. We gonna look, this is the GM's chance to say, give me one more year. I'm gonna make it shake, and we are putting everything into Archie. That's gonna work.
Yeah.
You build up everything but a quarterback. And it seems like that's what they're doing with Russell and what they're doing with Jameis Winston. And if that's the plan, they're not drafting Jalen Milroe. Because you don't draft him if you can't play him. Because if you don't play him, you can't trade him. J.J. McCarthy is a rare anomaly exception where he won the NCAA championship. And then he could be one of the best quarterbacks out. He had a phenomenal spring training. And it was like, okay, he can read a veteran field in the preseason. And then he got hurt. So there's literally no film on JJ. Of course, he has trade capital, right? For potential.
Right.
But you can't do that with any quarterback.
That's very true. That's very true.
And JJ was in a protected system as well. He was in a very protected system in Michigan. And from what has came out,
the Harbaugh scan.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, the whole little the film signs, all types of stuff. So yeah, ain't no telling. So yeah, but that is, they didn't extend Darnold, did they?
Sam Darnold is in Seattle.
Or is he still there? Yeah, I was gonna say no, he's gone. Yeah, so
Sam Darnold is in Seattle, and he is throwing a Cooper Cup.
Yeah, if they don't run McCarthy, then I don't know. You know, so it's like they have to. But with Justin Jefferson, 1A, 1B receiver in the league. So you do want somebody to throw to him.
Well, you cut out. What did you say with Justin Jefferson?
1A, 1B, top receiver in the league. So it's like you want to have somebody to throw to him. You don't want to leave him without a quarterback, even though he can still get his numbers without an elite, without top level quarterback or good quarterback play, but that's not necessarily going to lead to wins all the time. So
yes,
with him, and Addison is good too. Addison's he's
a good number 2, but he'll never be a number 1.
That's yeah, for sure.
There's a couple receivers in the league, that like T. Higgins could be a number 1, right? But it's not like no, CD is a number 1. Jamar is a number 1, right? But CD can be a number 2. Jamar cannot be a number 2, I don't think. I don't think Justin Jefferson could be a number 2, right? Like, just how they run the routes, the progressions, I don't see that. Addison cannot be a number 1. I don't see that. Malik Neighbors could be a number 1 or number 2.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Neighbors is, he's different. He's special. Yeah. We never got into the Hall of Fame locks. Or are we waiting for
see, that's difficult because it's only us two. Now, if you want to run that with just me and you, we can. But, if you want to put a pin in it and save it for more people.
Or is he done?
I think Cam is done. Let me see. We can do a game in the meantime, though.
Okay.
NFL, put up or shut up, boom or bust. So, 1 second. Boomer bust. Now or never. Name a player in the league who has to show up this year or it might be over for him. I'll start with one for an example. Let me get a tight end out of the Falcons. Look, man, Kyle Pitts, this is it for you, man. How you run those routes, how you get off the block, and how you literally only try when the plays are designed for you. This is it for you. You got a quarterback who likes throwing the tight ends, who legitimately likes to throw the tight ends, and who runs a play action system and can move out of the pocket and extend plays. This is it for you, bud. You can't do it this year. I don't know what to say.
That's a good one. I'm gonna go Deshaun Watson. If they're even, I don't even know if they're giving him the chance to start this year, but if they are giving him the chance to start this year, this is it. This is his last year getting a chance of being a starter in the NFL. Those Houston Texans years only gonna carry you so long. So, if at this point, if you're still playing like Deshaun Watson that we've seen the last 2-3 seasons, Cleveland's not gonna keep you, and I'll be surprised if any other team gives you a chance.
Dakota Prescott, now or never, baby. Look, I already traded for Joe Milton. If you ain't getting it done, you got to go. I think you got about 5 games for real. You might get benched mid-season. You better not stub a toe, roll an ankle, clip a fingernail. If you put anything on the injured list, you ain't playing again.
A good one. Going bust. Damn. Let me get. Oof. It's tough. There's not a lot of players on that line. Cam's here. It's not a lot of players on that boomer bust line. You know what? Let me get Grant Delpit.
Okay.
Grant Delpit. You came in with Honey Badger comparisons, and we haven't seen any of that. You've been hurt a lot, yes. When you're on the field, you're sometimes a playmaker, but you're definitely on that bus. Going to be on that bus label if it's a Grant Delpit.
Well, Boomer bust.
Oh, that's a great one. You know, ball.
Boomer bust. Justin Fields, buddy. This might be it for you, man. You don't gotta be a superstar. You don't gotta go to the AFC Pro Bowl, but you gotta do something with what you got. You can literally go out there and put Jameis Winston numbers, and you'll play another 5-10 years in this league. But if you go out there and drop a stinky, you might not make it to year 2, bud. It might be time to go flip burgers. Cam, you want to jump in?
Oh, me? Yeah. I jumped at the wrong part. I thought you were talking about me. I'm about to say, God damn, what the fuck?
Now talk about Justin Fields.
Oh, yeah. No, facts. And just because the media crucified you so much.
No. Pick a new player. Boom or bust.
Oh, boom or bust? Like he a bust?
Now or never.
Right.
So I said Dakota Prescott, Justin Fields, Kyle Pitts.
Trevor Lawrence.
Huh?
It's now or never. It's now, huh? Yeah, it's now or never, Trevor Lawrence.
Oh, I like that.
You know, you can't play sunshine no more, man. You got into the NFL with expectations of being literally the GOAT. Like you had GOAT expectations coming out of Clemson, and you have not lived up to them. You had a good season. Not last year, but the year before last, when your team was barely above mediocre, but y'all had a nice playoff stint. Outside of that, you had a subpar rookie year, a terrible sophomore year. It's now or never, or the Jacksonville Jaguars have to look into a different direction. They're already doing it with your buddy ETN. You're next.
Yeah.
There's teams you've been on, games we've seen where you look like you could be a top 10 receiver in the league, and then there's games where it looks like you're not even out there. Amari Cooper. This season, it's now or never. Are you gonna be a top 15, top 20 receiver in this league like you showed, or are you gonna be just another guy that could have been?
Kirk Cousins, now or never. Look, man, your next home is your last. And that could be for the next 5 or 10. Somewhere like Cleveland, you can have that job. But you're not going to Joe Flacco this. You got nothing to give you Joe Flacco status. You're not even going to Ryan Fitzpatrick it. What you have shown in the little bit in Minnesota, that last little bit, then the injury, and then that little bit in Atlanta, you're not a quality quarterback in this league no more. And obviously, you're not enough for nobody to even want to trade for you. But if someone does, man, oh man, and picks up that contract, that's it for you. You are final. If you don't show up, you're going home.
Me?
Yep.
I love your faith in the greater power, but I don't got time for all that shit. It's now or never, Russ. Either you're gonna get it done or not, Wilson. But bring you in on a 1-year deal. You're an older guy. Started off good last year, then ended up terrible, or average, bad. Let's just say bad. It's now or never for you, Russell Wilson. Like I say, if you don't get it this year, a lot of these teams are already stacked with a now quarterback or a future quarterback. It's only 32 teams. The NFL is not expanding. You barely made a roster this year. And if you do get another contract, this is your last now or never as being the guy. So, Russ, you got to show your value this year if you're looking to play NFL football as a starting quarterback after this season.
2 more rounds, Dom.
I don't know if I'm allowed to do this. If I'm breaking the rule, let me know. I'm going to say it's now or never for Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, and Josh Allen, for one of those guys to be the one to beat Mahomes, get to the Super Bowl, and win a Super Bowl.
I like that.
Because none of them have been able to do it yet. So, I mean, we've established those are the top 4 quarterbacks in the league, and there's a gap between that. But if you're going to be one of those top guys, if you ever want to be compared to Mahomes, you're going to have to beat him. So, I'm going to say it's now or never for those 3 guys to get a ring.
Okay, so Joe Burrow did beat Mahomes, but he
did.
He fumbled the chance to win the ring.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why Joe Burrow's in. And we're not going to go there.
In that, yeah.
So, good take. Tyreek Hill, buddy. Hey, you have way too much off the field drama for me to deal with the production that you are putting in Miami. If any team is going to pay for you, that's a lot of baggage they got to pay for. And what it looks like, you're not good unless you got a good quarterback thrown to you. You give up on routes. You can't get open across the middle of the field. And you live or die off catching the ball and going after. Not every quarterback can throw the ball 80 yards over the top of the whole defense. And how it looks, Bud, you can't play with a non-top 10 quarterback. So it's now or never with you, Bud. It's now or never.
It's now or never for that guy throwing it to him as well. Tua, hey. Nice seasons, average seasons, but then towards the end of every season, you fall off as far as your production, or you literally fall to sleep as far as getting so we're just in a little miss right there with you, because when you are playing, it's not like we're just getting a Super Bowl winning quarterback. And when you are playing, it's good, but not good enough. You know what I mean? Because it's not been, you're not able to withstand that the whole season. So yeah, it's now or never, but we're just gonna have to look somewhere else.
It's now or never, Justin Herbert. The strong arm is only going to take you so far. We didn't have the good stats. We've seen the strong arm. We see you make good throws. But at what point are you going to make the winning plays for us? Justin Herbert. Now or never.
That's That's a good one. Look, respectfully, Derrick Henry. Hey, man. Hey, you have shown the longevity for the long haul. And I did not stutter. The longevity for the long haul. You have shown that. But you ain't gonna keep doing that. So I understand that this year might be your last great one. And we said that last year and the year before. But please, now or never. I don't think something about me just makes it feel like he kind of just gave it away. You know? Go get it or save it to the playoffs. But now or never, Derrick Henry. Cam?
My turn?
Mm-hmm.
It's now or never for America's team quarterback, Dak Prescott. The world's against you now, man. I mean, they already were like up and down on you after every year, but they at least had hope or fake hope in the offseason the past couple of years where they're like, we're going to win the Super Bowl. Even Cowboy fans have lost the delusion.
Dak Prescott's already been used.
I heard it been like, out. I was going? Okay. Well, all right. That's all right. Sorry, guys. Now or never. It is now or never for my guy. And you're like, he's young, Mr. Bryce Young. So 2 bad seasons to start off, but then you have a redemption year this year. Your redemption year was you treated a situation better than the average guy would. That was your redemption year. It still wasn't anything crazy as far as stats or production, but you had games where you, even though I bench you this year, it might be some hope next year. This is next year coming up. This is now or never for you, or we're just not going to wait and stick around with a 5'9" guy. You're not even 5'10". I'm saying you're 5'9" at the best. 5'10" with cleats. So it's now or never for you, Bryce Young. We got to move on.
Good pull. Dom, last one. And then my last one, and that's it.
It's now or never Kyler Murray.
Ooh,
Okay.
this is great.
This is great. You got some of the best arm talent, just pure arm talent in the league, top 5. But play too much Call of Duty. You don't be in the film room. We're not winning games. We're not winning games. We need you to be that top 10, top 5 quarterback that we drafted. We need you to produce. Kyler Murray, now or never.
Very nice. Last one, now or never, D'Amico Ryan. Hey, you're a great coach. Okay? I'm sorry, but if Houston goes and does a copy paste of what they did last year, you might gotta go. It just seems like the offense fell apart from the ground up. The defense, so much talent on that roster. They should have easily washed that division and went head over heels, and it just did not feel like that at all. I was gonna say Anthony Richardson, but I think D'Amico Ryan deserves that one. So
can I comment on yours real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
With the D'Amico Ryan thing, will you not give him a little bit more time on your now and never due to the crazy amount of injuries last year?
No.
Gotcha.
Look, Stephon Diggs got injured, right?
Yeah.
Who they replace him with?
But he also.
Who did they replace? Who did they replace Stephon Diggs with?
Easy, wasn't it?
No, Christian Kirk, and he's a better version of what Stephon Diggs is supposed to be. Stephon Diggs is supposed to play inside the numbers on the seams as the number 3, number 2.
But I said last year when I was doing it, they still even what's big guy now? I'm tripping right. Nico Collins.
He got injured too. Yeah.
And Tyndale. So all them guys were hurt.
And the running back. Right, I get it. But before Joe Mixon got there, Dameon Pierce was nice, wasn't he? So why didn't Dameon Pierce get any touches? You see, you got a quarterback who got nobody to throw on the outside. Why are you still running the same plays? Like you got Nico, Stephon Diggs, and in the game. You didn't even try to change the offense. He can't. He has nobody. He doesn't have a left guard. He doesn't have a left tackle. And you are trying to run these schemes where he has to sit in the pocket 5 minutes. It's not going to work.
Yeah.
I blame D'Amico more than I blame CJ.
No, facts. I can see that. And usually it is sometimes the coach's fault for a player's sophomore slump. That's why they're so out of use, but it's not the player. It's like, why did everybody just all of a sudden get worse the second year? It's the coach not improving, and then you also now have film on the quarterback from the previous year. So if you're doing the same thing that you're doing without switching it up, okay, now we're used to the rookie quarterback. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And the thing is, the next year, now that is going to be on CJ. The same thing happened with Trevor Lawrence. The same thing that happened with Justin Herbert. Next year, it's on you. But right now, hold on, it's the coach's fault first. Okay, let's fix the coach.
And Jaden Daniels, next year, guys, I guarantee you, he's probably going to have a little bit of a fall off. If listen to this, if the coach just don't make a big change. And my worry about that with Jaden McDaniels is right now, and we've seen this a lot with experiments. Of course, we haven't seen it, fresh out the gate rookie year, but experiments like this where you're running college-style offenses in the NFL. And the reason why it's college and not NFL is because the film room is different in that NFL level.
No, good point. The thing about that is Jaden Daniels' offensive scheme, well, two things. Jaden Daniels' offensive scheme was progressed like college, and then it got countered, and then they countered and opened up the field, and it showed that he can play in an NFL system. So it was better that he started off in a college system, and then they opened it up to a bigger system. The problem is Jaden really, really succeeded. Same with CJ's first year. So the higher the expectation, we had CJ in talks for top 5 coming into last year. Jaden Daniels now is in talks for top 5. So it's hard to stay that same way with a whole year worth of film. Now, it's like the Kate Cunningham with most improved player. Bro, you were the number 1 overall pick. There's no way you should ever win most improved player. It was just a matter of time before you started figuring it out. That's not even fair.
This was supposed to happen.
Exactly. So Jaden Daniels was a damn Heisman. It was supposed to happen. What are we talking about? So, that's the hard thing. But the expectation to constantly want to get better, if you constantly get better, guess what? Voters fatigue. Then it's like, okay, he's cool. Now what? He ain't winning. But if he gets worse, then, oh no, sophomore slump, or oh no, he wasn't that good. It was a moment of time. Robert Griffin. I mean, he know he was injured, but that's the point,
Facts. That's what they trying to shape Lamar like.
Yep.
It's voter fatigue, and now this year, if you don't come back and do 40-4, and because you didn't win the MVP last year, people are gonna say, "Oh, you fell off. Lamar fell off." Especially if you don't do that, and then you do the same thing you do in the playoff and don't win or win just one game.
Yep.
It's already ugly for Lamar with great stats and everything like that because that we need a guy to nitpick at. He's the guy. It's going to get very ugly for Lamar and us Lamar fans if Lamar does not win this year. There's nothing that can say Lamar can throw 60 touchdowns with 2 interceptions this year. If he don't win this year or at least beat one of those big guys in a big moment, which is the playoff,
that's an hour never.
The talks will get very ugly this year.
Yeah. Comments, we got Boomer Bust Kyler Murray, Boomer Bust Aaron Rodgers, Boomer Bust Tyreek Hill, Boomer Bust Tua, Boom or Bust Brock Purdy. Those are some good ones. That Brock Purdy one's a diamond for sure. So we've been going for 3 hours. We're going to get into our last one. We're going to do 5 rounds, so that's 15 names. Then we're going to get out of here. Current NFL offensive locks. So we all 3 will say a name, and then we'll controverse on which one is not. If it's all 3 for sure, move on to the next round. Okay? You can't say somebody who's been in the league 30 years, okay? That's obvious, right? So.
I mean, okay.
I mean, we can. You want, that's fine. That's just a waste of
30 years. What do you mean by 30 years? Are you talking about just like
what? If you want to dumb down your own intelligence to show the lack of ability to dig, then you do that. So if you want to use 5 rounds on Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, if you want to do that, all right, go for it.
I got you.
Go for it.
All right, who's starting off?
Dom started off 1, Cam started off 1. I guess it's my turn. Let me put 30 seconds on the damn clock. Hall of Fame, it's fine. Let me think. Hall of Fame right now, Saquon Barkley. Lock.
Look.
He ain't got to play another
That was
down.
my first one.
He ain't got to play another down. Look, there are some names where if he did the same thing for the next 3 years, he's got it. Saquon could take the shoes off and throw him against the power line. He ain't got to play no more. He going to the Hall of Fame. And he might get a statue. He is going to get a statue in Philly. Let's go, Dom. No, hold on, wait. Nick Foles, me and my pops and my wife went to my great uncle's 80th birthday, and the first statue that you see in Philly is Nick Foles and Doug Peterson. So if Nick Foles got a statue, you best believe to God that Saquon is gonna have one. Thank you. Go ahead, Don.
CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb.
Is that a right now or is that a
hey, go look at his name. That's a right.
Okay.
You told me to get my bag. I'm telling you, CeeDee Lamb. That's a right now. The numbers, you might not think it, but you look at the numbers, man. Yeah, right now.
Okay. Me? Yeah, my guy's gonna make Dom's guy be like an elephant in a room between the other two guys. Patrick Mahomes.
Oh my God.
Yeah, if it's right now, it's I mean, I haven't even been playing for 30 years. If he says right now, hey, I don't want to play anymore, it will literally be a Hall of Fame career. It's what, 3 Super Bowls, 3 or 4 Super Bowls, records on records, appearances on appearances.
Time.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to open it up. 45 seconds. We're going to controverse, okay? And then we're going to move on. We've been here 3 hours, so we're going to get through this and get out of here, okay? So 45 seconds on the clock. 1, 2, 3, go. First of all, Mahomes is literally dumbing down your intelligence. Everybody knows Mahomes is going to the Hall of Fame. That was a boring first round. CD, are you drunk or stupid? Are you drunk or stupid? CeeDee Lamb right now is not a Hall of Famer. If you give CD 5 more years, okay.
Yeah, you're crazy. But anyway, back to you. Look, I literally was gonna say Barkley first, but then when you said if you want to be dumb and dumb down your intelligence, then go ahead. I changed it. So you went with what I was gonna do, but I didn't want to seem dumb because Barkley's literally first ballot Hall of Famer off the rip.
He more than Patrick Mahomes. Really, bro?
He's damn near for a running back.
When you argue quarterbacks, you don't even mention
this record now.
All right,
that's
bro.
really what Pete Mahomes got. Pat Mahomes got the second best.
Time. Nothing about CD, huh? Okay. Round 2.
Y'all took the easy ones. Cam said it. Y'all didn't get no bag. Saquon, that's an easy lock. He's won Super Bowl, 2,000 yards. Patrick Mahomes, who don't know? He's a Hall of Famer.
He broke AP's record, but then fell very short of Eric Dickerson, the best running back record ever. Yeah, he's a fucking Hall of Famer. He already had 1,000+ years 6 times.
All right, round 2, go. 30 seconds, go, Cam.
Hall of Famer right now, if they said I'm done,
your time is on the clock.
Would be Matt Stafford.
Okay. Okay.
Super Bowl guy, regular season numbers. You know, he doesn't have crazy playoff success throughout his career, but he has a Super Bowl. He has the regular season numbers for amazing regular season numbers. And he played over 15 years.
Dom?
Tyreek Hill.
Ooh.
Two-time champ.
Okay.
Multiple 1,000-yard seasons, multiple great seasons. Returner, receiver, the cheetah. He can retire right now. I think he's a Hall of Famer.
Okay. Can I say Lamar Jackson? or is that too much? Yay or nay? Yay or nay?
That's easy.
All right. Jalen Hurts. Look, Jalen Hurts can retire right now, and he's probably going to the Hall of Fame. Is it first ballot? I don't know right now. But is he going to the Hall of Fame? Yeah, he going. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Time. 45 seconds on the clock. Go.
Jalen Hurts?
Jalen Hurts.
Hall of Famer. He literally had no besides
besides the Super Bowl MVP.
He had nothing. He had this year in the Super Bowl.
That one might be a little bit better than Stafford.
29 yards.
I think Jalen Hurts going before Stafford.
Jalen Hurts will go in before Stafford.
Yes. Yes.
Stafford has ring. Stafford has stats. Jalen Hurts had a 2,900-yard passing season this year. That was disgusting.
Hey,
Jalen and I played Mahomes in both Super Bowls. Jalen and I played Mahomes in both Super Bowls.
That don't get you into the Super Bowl.
It does.
It don't get you into the fame, Hall of Fame, because you beat Mahomes.
Time.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Round 3.
Hey, them tush push touchdowns ain't gonna, they don't show up as tush push.
They show up as touchdowns. So on social media, those are fried touchdowns.
Okay.
No, they're playing rugby.
Okay.
Go ahead, Dom.
Hall of Fame lock right now. Christian McCaffrey.
Good one.
Christian McCaffrey. Easy. I mean, pretty much this generation's Marshall Faulk in terms of rushing, receiving numbers, can do whatever you need him to. Not the fastest guy out there, not the biggest guy, not the strongest guy. Just he don't get it done though. He don't get it done. He done got it done. His numbers speak for themselves.
Time. Hall of Fame lock. I'll take it. Hall of Fame lock. Jalen Ramsey. Do what now? Look, he had a point in time where he was the best zone and man corner and could play safety low key. He wasn't a guy who was stuck on one side of the field either. He was following. He was moving. And he can play 3-step. He can play T. He can do whatever he wants. And he was doing it effectively, including winning a ring. Am I wrong? So, yeah, he going to the Hall. He getting the jacket. Cam?
Yeah. In Christian McCaffrey, I'm using my time to look. Say he's all three of those guys. Things fast, strong, and everything. A good person with Marshall Faulk, but mine is going to be Trent Williams.
Nice.
The longevity, the athleticism at the tackle position that was unseen for a minute until he got into the league. The roughness, the stats. I don't know if he got the Super Bowl. I don't know, but I don't remember right now off the top. But like I say, and he's still going at almost 40 years old. Just got a max contract. Yeah, Trent Williams is the first ballot lock, and he's one of the richest to ever play.
Time. Back to you, Cam.
What?
Oh wait, no. Open up 45, right?
Yeah.
Who was G? What was yours again?
Jalen Ramsey. Look, out of the three of them, Chris McCaffrey ain't going out of the other three. If it's them three, Chris McCaffrey the one that's not going.
Yeah, the other two, that one don't win a lot. But I will say, your football knowledge showed that you had a bag because not too many people know what type of running back was Marshall Faulk. They heard.
Oh my God! No, let's not make this a talk about people that no. We're talking about Christian McCaffrey. He's only played half the games of his NFL career, and great. He played half of them on the Panthers, where he was the number one receiver, catcher, and everything in between. He was the number one offensive tackle. Okay, good job, great. And he came to San Francisco, and you couldn't get it done. All right. So what are we talking about? The harder you tried, the more your body fell apart.
Yeah, your guy just don't. He just can't fuck with those other two. I'm sorry, dog.
He don't.
Yeah, Jalen Ramsey arguably the best corner of his generation, and
he said guys been in the league 30 years. Jalen Ramsey been in the league 30 years.
Oh my God! So now Jalen Ramsey an old head. He on
his last leg.
All right.
What's that?
I wasn't sure old head, but he can't be an old head. He's still getting max contracts, so
I mean, you just said Trent Williams, the old head, getting max contracts.
Right. I know, he literally is an old head, but he's one of the older starters in the league. But I mean, it's still
All right,
a
yeah. Trent Williams has been in the league a long time, and that was an easy lock for Hall of Fame, first of all. So, yeah, you kind of disqualified yourself on that. McCaffrey's been in the league 8 years. Jalen Ramsey's been in the league 9 years. Please, bro, hang up the phone, go home. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
They're both on their last leg. So you see,
He ain't even on leg. He on hip. Christian McCaffrey on hip.
Yeah.
He ain't got no hamstrings, no knees, no toes.
That's them 500 touch seasons he was having in Carolina.
No, it was all them. I want to get ESPN top 10 hurdles in Stanford. We remember. Oh, we remember. You was highlight clip chasing. Yeah, we was highlight clip chasing. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in 2 years on your local freeway, you're gonna see McCaffrey trucking. Yeah, it's pretty much over for that guy.
Yeah,
great talent though.
2 more rounds. Start with Cam. Go for it. Oh no, you started the last one with Trent, huh?
No, I didn't.
Okay, go for it.
Okay. My lock Hall of Fame guy right now that I would take off the rip. That's not 30 years in the bag. They got to already be proven on somebody that I think or know will be in the Hall of Fame.
Not arguing will they be in 5 years. Arguing right now if they hung up the gloves.
Oh, if they hung up the glove right now. Okay. I would have to go with, and this y'all gonna say yeah, but I'm gonna have to go with
Time. Did you get a name off? I don't think he got a name off.
Yeah, I said Greg Olsen.
Greg Olsen been in the league 40 years. All right, bro. All right, so Greg Olsen is Cam's. Yeah, Greg Olsen been doing podcasts 2 years. Yeah, he on 4th and 1 with Cam Newton.
Never mind. He's not even playing no more. So you got to give me like 15 more seconds.
Nah, that's your fault. You had 30 seconds. But when we do a controversy, you can throw one out. Dom?
Hall of Fame lock right now. I might say it's controversial, but I mean, he Triple Crown winner, Super Bowl MVP, Super Bowl winner, Cooper Kupp.
That was good.
Cooper Kupp.
That was good. You're going to see on the video in the backlog that I shook my head when you said that. Continue, though. I'll pause your time.
I mean, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of guys in there, but I mean, the sustainability might hurt him. But if you're a Triple Crown winner and you won the Super Bowl, and I thought you gotta get that guy a jacket.
Time. Hall of Fame right now, they hung it up. TJ Watt. Look, man. Hey, I don't think he'll ever get one. But the accomplishments that he's done and the names that he'll sing, there's a couple other people, but I think they're a little on the older side, so it's not really fair. TJ Watt will definitely go to Hall of Fame right now. Cam?
Okay, my locks for my last one would be Joey Bosa.
Time. All right.
Wait, we're doing offense. Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah, I'm cheating.
Hold on. Nah, that was cheating because I said Jalen Ramsey too. Damn. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Okay. Okay, hold on. How many people said defense? I said 2 defensive?
Yeah,
I said 2 offensive. That was my only defense.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
And Matt Stafford.
All right, we're going to open this up then and just do another round on the next day with both of them again. That's too much to go back. Man, whoops. Okay.
Well, if you put the floor, I think Dom lost this one. That's because your first 2 were elephants in the room. Grayson, you did pretty good, but I think I took it.
We still got a whole another round. Don't do that. And we're doing 44.
Y'all picked Mahomes and Trent. I said not to pick old heads. Y'all picking the oldest players.
Yeah, nah. Mahomes been on top of the leaderboard the past 5-7 years, and he gonna say Mahomes first round. All right, bro.
And then you picked the guy that's not even in the Hall of Fame. You said the thing is hung it up right now.
Yeah, CeeDee Lamb is crazy. CeeDee Lamb is crazy.
No, you're right.
So that's my guy's at least a Hall of Famer.
He won't be first. CD would get. I think CD would get in.
Darius Slay will get in for CD does.
Gosh.
Darius Slay got a ring.
No, actually, I'm sorry. CD would not get in right now. If Sharp just didn't get in and he had to beg and cry, we wouldn't be alive by the time CD got in.
You talking about Sterling?
If we got CD get in, you wouldn't be able to hear and understand what's going on the TV.
I will say the NFL Hall of Fame is a lot more strict than the
NBA. And MLB harder than both of them. All right.
MLB is harder than both.
Last round. Dom, go for it.
NFL lock right now.
Offensive.
Offensive NFL lock right now. Lamar Jackson.
Already taken.
Right now.
He got swept.
He got swept.
I said, can I say Lamar Jackson? That's too easy. No, you can't. Right? So don't try to come back and take him now.
Okay. All right. Hall of Fame lock right now. George Kittle. George Kittle.
Okay, good one.
Okay.
I mean, Kelsey's too easy, so I gotta go Kittle just because he hasn't been the best tight end, but he's been the second best tight end for the last about 10 seasons. I know his numbers aren't gonna look the best because he does a lot of blocking, but I think voters see that and they'll go into it.
That's by his position.
Yep.
Yeah. For his position, yeah, he's been second best tight end for 10 years. I think Kittle's a lot.
Cam,
it's your turn. I just went second.
All right, I'll go to save you some time. Give me Alvin Kamara lock. Look, he ain't got nothing but jack, but the little thing that he got is a whole lot of something for real. And if he don't go to Hall of Fame, he probably will never pay for a meal in New Orleans ever in his life. So I think when you're on that status to where you don't never got to pay in the city that you play, which ain't many players, you going to the Hall of Fame. Kamara, Hall of Fame lock right now. Yeah, that was a good one. Thank you. Cam, you on your own time. You want to go last?
All right. So my Hall of Fame lock right now, if they were to call it a career,
you be stalling?
Be stalling like a mug. Would be
12 seconds.
Can you just count it down, even though it make me more nervous?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Mark Andrews.
Okay.
So even though he been the third best.
No. You still ran out of time. You just said a name. So we're going to open it up for controversy now.
So we got Kittle, Kamara, and Mark Andrews.
I think we got the elephant in the room.
You picking Kamara after just spitting on the McCaffrey pick is actually crazy.
No. McCaffrey out of the three was not going. Kamara is still going.
We'll say that for another. Three was defense. We'll say that for another. But I will say the Mark Andrews. I mean, Kittle's getting in before Andrews. And I think he's getting in before Kamara.
What?
I don't think Kittle's in before Mark Andrews.
Oh God. Bro, what?
Based on what? You just said he was the third best tight end. You just said he was.
Yeah, lately, like in the last couple years.
I mean, if we're doing tight ends, I think Dallas gotta get in for both of them.
Oh.
No. He's younger than them too. He hasn't accomplished as much.
Oh, he accomplished plenty with that ring on his finger. Dang.
Man.
I mean, this is football. This is a true team sport. You don't really. That boosts you up if you're a quarterback or
It boosts you up. It boosts you up when you can catch the ball. If Mark Andrews can catch the ball,
players on the Patriots teams ain't in the Super Bowl or ain't in the Hall of Fame.
Mark Andrews sabotaged his Hall of Fame. What he did last time he played. Thank you. Kittle ain't on the field enough. Thank you.
He still has time to bounce back from that.
Ain't no time. It's you threw the cleats right now. If he threw the cleats right now, he would have got shot.
That's a stain.
Yeah. That is horrible for Mark Andrews.
I think y'all for just going on
for what?
Like recent bias, because y'all going off for like the recent bias because there's no way y'all saying Kittle gets in right now, hang up the cleats over Mark Andrews. I'm just looking at stats.
Oh, you looking
No,
at
I'm
blocking
saying you can't put
stats?
that stats 'cause Kittle's the A+ blocker.
I'm saying, just overall career.
Oh Lord.
But blocking stats, I'm saying blocking stats don't show.
Huh?
Andrew's more of a receiver. Like Andrew's.
What are you talking about? He played for the Ravens. What are you do? Just like Kittle played for the 49ers.
That scheme,
You need two
that scheme, they run a lot in that scheme. But Andrews is more of a.
Brother, they don't put in Isaiah Likely to block. Isaiah Likely's built like me. They don't put him in at tight end to block.
And well, time out. When Isaiah Likely was in the game, they're running 12, 13. Then I run Isaiah Likely at the one without Andrews out there. Andrews is incapable of doing the things that he once did. That's why Isaiah Likely is out there. So they're running 2 tight end formations.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Just to prove my point, he's not out there to block.
What?
He's not out there to block.
Bruh.
You're right.
He's out there to do the job that Mark Andrews can't. He's out there to do a job Mark Andrews can't.
In the receiving game, he's a bigger down the field threat now.
Oh my God.
He's more of a vertical threat.
Mark Andrews can't run zigs. He can't run flats. He can't run sits. He can't run goes.
He got the Jason Witten route tree.
He don't because he can't catch the ball. He had 4 games in a row where he was hooping. He was struggling at the beginning of the season too.
You said he what?
He was struggling.
Oh yeah, he wasn't even doing shit. Yeah, but they was going. That's what off targets, bro. They wasn't even going towards him.
Why wasn't they going towards him? Because he's not getting open.
Yeah, he's older.
Who cares? You want to come out here with a 20-year tight end? Okay.
So listen, Greg. Thank you. You just proved my point. So if I came out here with a 20-year tight end and we hang him up right now, why wouldn't the 20-year tight end, who we know was at a time a top tight end, have more of a case to get in the Hall of Fame?
Because hold on, the argument will argue against the.
I had 2 seconds.
Because no. You didn't have 2 seconds. You had 32 seconds because you ran out of time. You couldn't think of one. You took Joey Bosa because I said TJ Watt. You didn't even have no for Joey Bosa. So you came out here and didn't have nobody. So that's your fault.
Joey Bosa, I don't even have to say nothing for him. It's Joey Bosa. That was a mic drop. What you mean?
But when I counted Joey Bosa with Jason, he's not playing no more. Never mind. Yeah.
No, we can't carry on to Greg Olsen.
All right, guys, with that, we're going to wrap up this episode. It was a blast. I kind of like this smaller lineup and just kind of going at it. A lot of ball knowledge, a lot of fun. Spent a lot of time in NBA. Sorry that we didn't get to go to the MLB. Might have an episode tomorrow. For sure going to have an episode within the next couple of days, depending on flights and all that. But, yeah, I'm over here in Augusta right now for this Masters. And Cam is on the road. And Dominic's taking care of business back home. Guys, thank you. People in the comments, shout out to people in the comments. Shout out to people who comment all our videos on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, everything. You guys are our supporters. We appreciate all the comments. We appreciate all the messages. We appreciate all the support. To the people who watch but don't say anything, we appreciate you as well. We got a busy team. A lot of our guys doing big things in the world, in the big world. And we try the best we can to get out here for you guys. Until next time. Cam, is there anything you want to say before we head out?
We thank y'all for y'all support. It's fun, man, to come out here and talk sports and entertain y'all guys. So we appreciate y'all.
Dom?
Yeah, for sure. Pretty much bouncing off what y'all said. I mean, the sport. Yeah, we like talking sports, like entertaining y'all. So, tap in, lock in. We're on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. Right? What else we on?
Everything. Facebook, yep, we're everywhere. Same tag everywhere. Twitch, same tag. GTR Radio 12. And look, we got a lot of people in the comments, a lot of people in DMs talking about, I want to get on there. Look, don't say you want to get on here and then you're in the group chat not responding. Don't say you want to get on here and then you're only showing up 1 episode a month. Don't say you want to get on here and then you don't know ball. If you want to sit on here and be in the comments, be in the comments. But don't come up here and show your face and not know ball. So it's, we love everybody want to get on here and represent, and it's all love, of course. But listen, we are here for everybody to come here and have their chance to shine. You want to talk about something, put it in the topics. You want to come here and talk about MMA? We got enough guys to talk about MMA. You want to come here and talk about NHL? We got enough guys that know about NHL. If you want to come out here to bring your strongest topics, I'm pretty sure my guys can argue you down against whatever you got, and that's whoever you are. Come on down. Help us go viral by making you look
trivia
stupid.
tomorrow, possibly.
Trivia tomorrow. If we can get 6, we can do trivia tomorrow. If we can't, then we can do trivia on Sunday.
Okay.
Yep. But study up. We appreciate you guys, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.